All right,
Go.
go.
That's not the fact. It was.
No more room in hell. The dead walk here.
What's up, everyone? The three corners of horror are live tonight. I know it has been a bit. We'll explain that later on in the show. But we have a little special episode tonight. So before we get started, let me introduce you to my brothers if you don't know who they already are. First up, I was gonna say big brother. I'm the big brother here.
Oh,
My little brother JR. How you doing?
good. It's been a while, and P Rock's already asked a comment, so yes, we are ready for live stream tonight.
Oh, let's wait for Rick so that way we can all put our glass up in the air. It's
Oh
all
yeah,
right if we live.
let me crack the sucker open. One, two. Listen to that.
Oh,
Well, I couldn't leave y'all hanging. I mean, it's been a while since yeah, I think what was it, the last live stream where I drank with you guys?
yeah, it's been a bit.
Yeah.
Guys, I have OCD. I'm sorry. I have to do it.
Oh.
Oh, I'm like you're throwing me off.
Am I still facing the other way, Joe? Or I'm facing you guys now?
When I look at you now, you're facing us.
Not the wall.
Not the wall.
No, when I look at you, you're looking straight at me.
Yeah, I know that's we went through this before. And also, guys, remember we're live. Anyway, yeah, JR, it's been a bit. Yeah, you weren't here for Leviathan, bro. That was your pick, man.
I know, man. No, sorry, guys. Technical
I
difficulties.
thought that was Joe's pick, and I was giving Joe so much shit.
No.
Until I saw the movie, then I fucking praised it. Then he's like, nah, you gotta be throwing that praise towards JR.
Yeah, that's what JR's pick. What about you, Rick? I'm gonna take my shot too. How you doing?
Sorry,
You ready
man,
for
I'm fucking
tonight?
dry. Oh yeah, man, I'm good. I'm ready to go. A little off guard. Oh wait a minute, hold on. Apparently, I don't know whose live this is. I have no control over anything. So the chat,
shit.
it's up to you guys. So
All right.
go for it. P Rockzilla, what up, my son?
Of course. Yep.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Cheers, my brother.
Cheers.
Cheers to you,
Flavor
my brother
time.
P Rock. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we're shortly going to be joined by someone, but before we do, and before we get on to our show, we just wanted to take a quick pause and do a quick thank you. And with that, I'm going to go to El Jefe first here, JR.
Well, like we've said plenty of times when we started this channel, we didn't know where it was going, and when you do enter into podcasting, it's always something where it's you put in the work, but you put in the passion behind the work. And I'm gonna say this in case you guys don't know, that man Ricky Grimes is the backbone right there. He's the backbone. He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, a lot of work that you guys don't see. So he deserves a lot of credit. But that guy down there, he is the persona of Horror Fiend TV.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I got to be honest, because
I'll,
it is.
I'll take that. I appreciate that.
And it's something where we started. It's been a journey. You guys, people don't see what happens behind the scenes, and we're all passionate about this, and we all want to push this channel. And we're not done yet. Every time we do something, we always say we have a lot still on the way. So we're just right now just starting to really crack this open. And what is goddamn there might be rock. But yeah, I mean 1,000 subs. I mean that's just amazing, Thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you for backing us. We still have more to come. I mean, we have so many projects, so many things we're still looking at doing. And yeah, I mean, they say a half it, but this is a 3-man crew. Well, 2 more additions, but 3-man crew that put the work and effort behind. And can't say enough. I wouldn't have done it without these 2 guys. So without these 2 guys, there's no Horror Fiend TV.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate
Correct.
that.
What you got to say, bro?
This is what I have to say. We all cheer for big bottles of beer. Let's keep it rolling. My brothers. All right. Oh, I was running late and I looked at myself now and I completely forgot to wrap up my hair. So, oh,
Uh,
What about you, Joe? Oh, it's still Rick talking. Or is it
no, I'm
Joe?
Yeah,
good. I'm
wait,
good. No, that
you're
was
good?
my toast. No, man,
All
that's
right.
all I have to say. Man.
You guys, well,
Hold on a second. Thank you. Congrats, fellas. Thanks, P
thank
Rock.
you, thank you.
Thank you.
Um,
Appreciate it, brother.
I mean, honestly, like as JR said, but JR came up for me at least. I came in last here, came up with this idea, and he's right. I only look pretty because Rick makes me pretty. If it were not for Rick, trust me, you would see a whole other thing. If you guys have joined us from some live streams, it used to be like that one crazy live stream from like a couple years ago. It's not like that anymore. Um, I've like grown with you guys and doing this channel. I love doing it. It's fun. You get to use your creativity. It's something that a lot of people don't get to use all the time. So, but 1,000, I'm just watching that growth happen. Like, I'm humbled, and thanks, for subscribing and being fans and all you little sick bastards out there. So continue tuning in. Like JR said, we have a lot going on, and I sound nervous because yes, live streams I get a little nervous.
I was
But
just
with
gonna say, man. You
oh
sound
yeah,
a
and
little
man.
in the beginning I'm always nervous, and about 15 minutes in we're like, hey, so just the old person takes a little while to get going.
Before we start, I got a question for you, Joe.
Yes.
Was Ash really the original final guy?
Ash was the first final guy.
We're never gonna let that one go.
Oh, I won't fucking let it go. What's really funny is that I thought about that not that long ago.
Selena says, "Congratulations, guys! Keep it going. I missed your live stream. Well, we missed you too. Thanks for hopping in and saying
Yes,
what's
thank
up.
you for joining. And we're gonna have more live streams again. I know that we were doing them before. Just we also realized that we were kind of missing opportunities to be reviewing some movies, and just kind of came up with a little formula. So for right now, the fifth Thursday of a month, we will be on live. Because other than that, we're here also to review movies, and that's why we wanted to make sure to get some more movies in there. And is Radar ready to join us?
I'll give him a second.
Oh.
Radar. Calling Radar. All right. Well,
Well, he does that.
while we wait, so
Speaking of the man,
See, you said his name and he shows up.
it's like a candy man.
Like a
You
phantom.
gotta say a couple.
well, I had to say it creepy considering his handwriting is like the creepiest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah. I'm glad you called me out on it, though. It's fucking awful.
I love it though. I love it. I know who I'm going to ask to like make those letters in case I have to threaten anybody. Yeah, I'm gonna have you write those for me.
I should have learned to write better in grade school, but I just didn't.
In case you guys know what he's talking about.
Do they still even teach that shit? in
yeah,
school?
yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Thank you, my brother.
Hey,
Yeah, look at it.
thank you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, get this book.
Oh, here we go.
Make sure to get this book.
Get this book.
My,
Oh, here it is. I even got the signature on mine. Look at
Yeah,
Radar.
man.
My boy Radar. What up? son?
oh yeah.
I gotta admit, when I started reading the bottom, I was like, what does it say at the bottom?
It's what I pass off as a signature. It's an R squiggle D squiggle.
Well,
You guys
so
were-
joining us, if you didn't hear the name, it's Radar. We're the four horsemen of horror.
Got the four horsemen in the house.
Four horsemen in the house. So for the live stream, what we're gonna do is, a little, bochinche de horror. Basically gossip about horror, because some of the stuff we're gonna be talking about, if it doesn't prove to be true, then it really just turned out to be kind of gossip. But it is more, horror news.
This you said bonchinche?
Bochinche, man.
Bochinche.
We gotta get like we're Spanish
Oh,
here.
you could tell. Yeah, you know how you could tell we're live. No
You got a
name
beer?
tags. No name tags.
Oh,
Ooh,
who did that? Who did
Hey,
that?
Lexi.
I was waiting. I was waiting to see if Rick picked up on that yet.
I can't pick up. I can't control those, so that's not me.
There you go, Radar. Selena says congratulations on your book.
Oh, well, thank you, Selena.
Nice. And
Horror
hey,
Fiend was
hey.
10 and getting it made. So
I got the tags. Hold on, guys. I'll take it.
they told me what of my stories need to get cut out of there, which ones were garbage. So
Hey man, to be fair, I didn't say any are garbage.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I was like, Radar.
Wait, nice.
These are
maybe-
the ones I feel strongest about.
I think maybe there might have been one that I was a little bit more. Then I'm like, maybe he's not asking for that kind of opinion, so maybe just tone it back.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what I was doing. I was like, I would put like a lot of notes, and then when I spoke to Ray, I said, "Yo, so the ones I put a lot of notes on are the ones I actually like." Change this. But it was a fun read. It was definitely a fun read, and I'm glad you gave us opportunity to read the book before most of the people.
Well, it's going to be easier
That'll
reading
show.
it laying down instead of sitting on my computer. That's for sure.
yeah, well, look, I'm not a big name writer. I can't afford to send out physical copies ahead of time.
No. I know that. I'm just saying it's going to be a little bit more enjoyable.
That's what I strive for.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into some of this stuff going on as far as horror. And on this one, I'm going to start off because it was on my list of movies to come out.
Ooh, real fast, Joe. Congrats on 1K, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, he got a shot.
Oh, shit.
whoa.
All
That's
right.
why I'm wondering. That's why I'm wondering for the night.
You're muted, Rick.
You're muted. You're muted.
I'm not gonna repeat all that, but Radar, thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much for that one.
It's the fact
Here you
that
go, Radar.
Lizzie Lohan is trying to come back with a clean look considered horror.
Oh, man.
Oh, geez.
That's mean, Berto. I'm sorry, P-Rock.
All right, mark for edit. Mark for edit. Y'all look devilishly handsome. Yeah, look
Thank
at
you,
y'all.
thank
you, thank you.
Radar, look
Lexi
at
talking us up.
All right, let's roll.
All right. So, as I was saying, but
Sorry.
no, you're good. The problem is we normally do this when we're recording and we get to laugh about it, but then we're kind of live, so there's no editing here. But so we all, at least me, I was looking forward to the release of Salem's Lot. Couldn't wait to see this in the movie theater. And if you follow Stephen King or have seen any of the interviews he's done, he's gotten a glimpse of Salem's Lot and has been going, what the fuck? Where is it? Why is it not released? Well, Warner Brothers released a statement that it is going straight to Max. The irony here is that David Zaslav, who is the CEO, is all about theatrical releases and not straight to streaming, and is going to do this. So, I mean, what do you guys thought? What do you think about that? The fact that we're not going to get to sit in the movie theater. I mean, I'm okay at home, but I did want to see this in the movies. So, Radar, since you just joined, I'm going to go to you first.
Oh, geez. All right. I'm under a lot of pressure here. It doesn't help that I know nothing about news. Like, I don't follow any horror news. I'm glad you gave a recap. 'Cause
I will
didn't know
provide.
any of
I
it.
will provide you a recap with anything we're going to talk about. I promise.
Let me
you.
before Radar, I got you. Before you go, Radar, this is what Stephen King wrote. Okay, this is what he tweeted out.
Okay.
He tweets out, between you and me, Twitter, I've seen the new Salem's Lot, and it's quite good. Old school horror filmmaking, slow build, big payoff. Not sure why WB is holding it back. Not like it's embarrassing or anything. Who knows? I just write the fucking things.
Love it. Thank you, Stephen. I mean,
That does sound
literally.
like Stephen King,
I love
for sure.
that. I
geez.
love that, man. So yeah.
I
so,
mean-
yep.
Well, I guess since it's Stephen King, like it's a Stephen King story, my assumption is that it's just so long that maybe they think people don't want to necessarily go to the theaters to watch it. That's my theory. So
They
it's
just
like a
saw Dune.
it's like a Lawrence of Arabia epic, like 4 hour with intermission included type deal. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to be a Labor Day 2022 release. It was moved to spring of 2023. A lot of COVID related,
Wow.
a lot of COVID related delays on that,
Yeah.
and it's shoved. I mean, WB. Let's keep in mind that they're certain films are completely getting axed. They're completed, and they're just saying like Batwoman. And that
Yeah.
even a John Cena movie, what was it? Acme versus Coyote, something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah,
Completed,
yeah, that one got
finished.
cut.
They put the money in. All they had to do is promote it, release it. And no, they said, "Nah, we're gonna take the hit, make it. Maybe it's a tax write-off. I don't know." They shelved it, completely shelved that movie too. So WB's been doing this. They're focusing more on like big tier franchises, as
A lot of-
opposed to as opposed to films that they don't know if it's gonna make its money back or not. You know,
Right.
so that's exactly where they stand with WB, and the fact that, like Joe said, they're focusing more on streaming now. At least Salem's Lot, if it does go to streaming, which again it's a bummer. I would prefer, like Joe said, to see it in the
Yeah,
theater,
man.
but that beats it completely being like, you know, tethered off into like or carried over into the ether somewhere. No one's
And
ever,
not
ever
and
gonna
not
see
and
it
not be
again.
ever released.
Yeah, I
get
don't want it
that.
to be a
Right.
myth or like, you know, oh man, that's the one, that's like the white whale, you know what I'm saying? So if it's gonna be on Max as opposed to theater, you know, it's all good.
And The Conjuring was actually released on the date that Salem's Lot was supposed to be released, and
Mhm.
while it wasn't all that great, it still did do fine, you know, as far as for horror numbers, you know. Well, JR, I mean, Rick, since you chimed in there, like, what are your thoughts on the whole thing?
Yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. You know, and keep in mind, like Stephen
That
King
was it?
also, huh?
He did. It's funny because he did say that I would rather see it in theater, so my bad.
It's all good, it's all good. But to add to it, like Stephen King, keep in mind too, he is known for a lot of hyperbole. You know, he likes to hype things up, and especially TV series and movies. As far as how his opinion always like how it fits into my own opinion. Most of the time when I see stuff he recommends, I'm like, yeah, this is good. But I also see a lot of other fans being like, nah, this wasn't it. So a lot of people don't share that same opinion as far as his taste in films and whatever. But who knows? I mean, he saw it. Maybe he wanted a royalty check out of it. So release it. I want to get paid. Who knows? But I want to believe the man when he says it was a good. Like, he wasn't saying, oh, this is incredible. It was great. He wasn't saying anything like that. He kept, no, it's good. It's not embarrassing. That's the key word for me. He said it's not embarrassing. So that's telling me it was a fine movie. It's good, but it's not like, you know, it's not gonna blow you out of the water or anything. He didn't use, you know, language like that. But at the same time, he hinted that release the damn thing already. People want to see it, and it's true. People, whether you like it or not, if it's completed, just release it. It's not like it's in pre-production. It's done.
It's done.
That's it. You just
done.
gotta.
How long has it been done? Do you know?
Yeah.
Like when they
So
wrapped
it was when it was supposed to release in 2022. The reason it didn't release was because it went into reshoots. now-
Okay.
Here's the thing, like I don't know, this goes even with comic book movies. You know, when you hear things like that, like it seems more like there might be some reshoots, but it's a lot more they want to edit it down more, which could give some, you know, what you're saying, that the movie might be long, so they wanted to cut it down. But it went into reshoots, and then I mean, here we are. It's 2024. We're slowly
Wow.
crawling into the middle of the year, to be honest with you. It's coming fast. And, you know, they waited a while. Sorry, JR. Yeah, want to make sure we get to you.
But you gotta remember the thing too is that when this movie came out, Warner Brothers was on a merger with Discovery.
Yep.
So they put a
That
lot of
affected it.
stuff to the side. I mean, they canceled our favorite Doom Patrol. They canceled a lot of stuff. I mean, they even didn't like back or advertise the Amber Heard horror movie Aquaman 2. Because they, you know, I think it's Joseph's face.
I didn't see it yet, but
I haven't seen it yet, but I figured
it's always shots at me for DC stuff. I know
if it
I'm
makes
the
you
DC
feel any
man.
better, I ain't see this.
I'm gonna
I've
see
watched
it.
Uh-oh, low hanging
curious
fruit.
to watch it, but I'm just saying that
I'm gonna see
they
it.
even
Listen,
they didn't want to
listen.
financially advertise that film either because
Yep.
Discovery, they're more worried about the product and the quality.
Yep.
At the same time, the reason Stephen King's was pushing for this one to be shown is because this is the second book he wrote, and this book meant a lot to him because Salem's Lot, from what he said, change his career in writing. So if it wasn't for Salem's Lot, I mean, that's why. I mean, and to go back to what Rick said too is, as far as his taste for movies, we all like The Shining, and he hates The Shining.
The Shining.
He
He does hate The Shining.
Yep.
We enjoyed The Shining. We thought
I
Shining
think
was good.
you guys could chime in if I'm wrong, but I think he hated it because it deviated so much from his original
Yes.
work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not saying it's a
Partially.
terrible film, but it just wasn't what
Right.
he envisioned, which is why the Steven Weber
Well-
series that came later, that was more to his liking.
Oh, I will say that the Weber series, it was actually really good. And since I read the book, it's kind of what you want to see. But I love Kubrick's version also. What probably could have been was that Kubrick didn't want to work with Steven. Everybody else that wants to do a Stephen King book goes to Steven. Kubrick was like,
Kubrick didn't care.
that's what I'm saying. He's like,
Kubrick was something else, man.
I don't need your input in here. Get out of here, man. You know, I
He
could
was
be
one of
wrong.
the hardest directors to work with from
Yes.
what I hear, man.
Oh, a lot of
Yes,
people
it's
have
a
said
nightmare.
that.
But as far as watching it, yeah, I would love to watch the movie. I mean, going to theaters is still one of the things I like to do. There's something still magical about going to the movie theater and watching the film, you know, and because you're sitting there, you're invested in it. When don't get me wrong, I love watching films and streaming too, but you have more of a tendency to sit there and focus on the film when you go to the theater than at home where you'll pause it, get up, do other things, come back.
See,
So
I'm the opposite. Like I love the theater experience, but the one thing I don't miss is the teenagers or the people going
Yeah,
in
that's fair.
that go in just to fool around. They don't care about the movie. They sneak in with a bunch of their friends and they start
Yeah.
throwing shit, running up and down the aisles,
It's
talking and just
annoying.
yeah. That's the only thing I don't like. I mean, if it's not for that, nothing beats the movie theater experience. But
There's a guy in Wichita. His name's Leafy Yonker, and every once in a while he'll like just rent out a theater somewhere because he has a bit of a connection with like a Regal Cinema that's in Wichita, and it'll just be one theater. He'll show like an old movie, just a retro movie, and so it's just a bunch of movie lovers who get invited to go see it, and of course everyone is like super polite, and there's just this awesome ambiance to being
Yeah.
there, and everyone's like being quiet. They're watching it. They're enjoying the cinema. You really can't beat
yeah,
it.
don't get me wrong. If you get into a theater with a movie, let's say when I saw Avengers Endgame,
Right.
nobody was talking.
Oh,
In
yeah.
fact, all
Yeah.
you saw was people getting up out of their seats and cheering and pumping their fists like, yeah, oh my god. I don't mind that. If people are gonna make noise, if it's reacting to the film, that's telling me, good job, because you're getting a reaction. That's what you want. But when you got like people having side conversations and two teenage girls over there, talking about their boyfriends and stuff like that, I don't want to hear that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. I
don't
Into
want
the
to hear about how you
Spider-Verse.
didn't file your taxes in the middle of the theater.
Yeah,
You know?
I went into the Spider-Verse not too long ago,
happened.
the previous one, and there was this guy's alarm started going off. You know that annoying iPhone
Oh,
alarm,
God,
the
yeah.
timer?
Oh god.
And he wouldn't
That's a
shut it
crime
off.
itself.
He would not shut it off. And somebody from above me was like, yo, shut that shit off. And the guy was like, why don't you come down and make me, motherfucker? And they kept going back and forth. I'm like, yo, the movie is on. Where's the ushers? Get these guys out of here. What's going on?
All right,
Did
since
he
we-
eventually turn it off though?
Eventually.
I'm
No,
curious.
I guess
Oh,
he did.
okay.
No, he did eventually. I don't know if he turned off or it just went off on its own. If it does, I don't think it does that shit. But
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, we
Since
got a
we-
couple of comments, guys. Sorry.
yeah, I'm okay. I got it. Let me move on. Hold on.
I know I gotta say something, but go ahead.
Oh, now you know what it feels like, right, Joe?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
I'm just gonna drink on that one.
I'm gonna take my sip too.
I legit
I
just
got- I
said
got- I
that
gotta come
same
back.
thing to Joe. What was it,
Brutal.
Jared?
Anyway, check
something.
the-
Alien.
check those-
It was
check
the
those-
Alien video.
check those comments so that way.
No,
Brutal, man.
I'll bring him up when we after you.
So all right, so going because I'm like since we debated just for a minute, like I am not the person to go to the movies with because I am that. So just real two quick stories. I went with Adam. We went to go see Signs, and I'm with Rick. I sit in the back. I don't like nobody behind me. I always get there early enough to get that back row. I know you can buy the seats now. Then if I could do that, I get the back row. So we're sitting there, movie starting. A group of 5 teenagers show up last minute, and so fucking help me God, 5 seats were available right next to me in this back row. And they sit there and they're talking. And I'm in my seat, just fucking white knuckling it. Then the movie starts. And then the guy in front of us, asks them, and they keep talking. And so Adam, very politely, goes, "Hey guys, can you please stop?" I go, "No, y'all need to shut the fuck up and shut the fuck up right now." They didn't speak for the rest of the movie. In any of the funny parts, they didn't even fucking laugh. Adam goes, "Oh my god."
That sounds outrageous, but I during New York Comic Con, I seen Joe. Remember the Dunkin' Donuts guy who fucked up everybody's order? When it was your turn to go up to take your order. So I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, I believe him. Joe would.
So then the second time, I took my son Zach to go see Madagascar, and I said to him, "Can we sit in the back?" He goes, "No, I want to sit in the front." He's little, and I'm trying to tell him this is not a good idea. And it did not turn out to be a good idea because right behind us sat 3 other dads who brought their sons, with one kid who saw the fucking movie already and kept going, "Dad, watch this. He's going to do this. Dad." I turned around and go, "Can you tell your kid to shut up? Because I haven't seen this movie. He hasn't seen this movie. Did they see this movie?" And he's like telling the whole movie. And Zachary's like, "We can go sit in the back now." And then as we're walking the back, I'm like, "I told you, do not have me around people." So I get you on what you're saying, Rick, on the whole theater thing. I enjoy it, but that's why the advantage is if you find that's the early bird matinee one, like the one that's at like 11 o'clock in the morning where only like 3 other people show up, you have the whole theater to yourself.
The last thing I was saying, and Joe could relate to this. You can't pause the movie in the theater halfway to go smoke a bowl.
Oh, I know. I tell Adam, I'm like, I feel like this is the slow part.
That's the one thing I hate about the theater. The movies are so fucking long. By the time the movie's over, I'm like, fuck, my budget's gone. Come on.
Well, I bring my pen with me, and when I feel like I know that this is gonna be a slow part, I'm like, "I'll be right back," and I go run out and I come back. I'm like, "What I miss?" And usually I'm right.
Oh, yes, David King. I like movies like my session. Speaking of sessions, she likes them long. So excited for Regardless, as that's
Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
That's a 1975 novel, right, Joe? You got it. You got that book, right, Joe?
He's muted, man.
He's muted.
That's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I don't have that one, and somebody I
Ooh.
listened to somebody,
Another-
and this is why I don't loan out my books no more.
Another message for Joe here. Good evening, my 2 boys and my...
Oh,
okay, it's all
no.
3 of us. I'm the
Oh,
adopted
no.
son, by the way.
Mom's here.
Yeah.
Make sure you see what she
Read
types
up.
before you post it, Rick.
You're playing in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
All
I'll
right.
bet it. All right. Oh my God! Even
Oh,
my
no.
baby boys on here. I love my boys. Mom, baby boy. Is that GR? My baby boy?
PR.
That's
PR.
Oh,
PR.
okay.
Baby boy.
Hello.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
And speaking of,
Jesus Christ.
Ricky, you sound low. Oh, okay. Thank you. All right.
Ooh.
No, it's good. No, I don't know.
Keep
that,
coming
so-
in.
Thank you, brother. I'll fix that once I get a chance. Actually, I could put on my game.
It's a long one. It must be Lexi.
Ooh,
It is
shit.
Lexi. I'm just kidding, Lexi.
Wow.
I agree with y'all. Going into the theaters is a humble experience with other horror fans. I'll never forget when I went and saw The Mist by Stephen King and everybody stood up and applauded. That's awesome.
Wow, that is sweet. I would
When I
expect
saw
them to
the-
stand up and cry with that
When
ending.
I saw
but
the
hey.
1995 Mortal Kombat film, the first scene when Scorpion and Sub-Zero comes through that door, everybody stood up and was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Didn't you want a Mortal Kombat by the end of that movie with that song in your head?
Okay, my boys gotta go watch it Cooking with Ramsey. Thank you.
Have fun, Mom.
Traitor. Wait, traitor for what? This is an older message, so if you're still around,
Yeah, what's the traitor?
yeah, who's a traitor? Who's a traitor? I am the
She's
same
back.
way. I cannot stand folks fooling around them. Well, we got some more actually. Hold on, I agree with Joe.
Oh, whoa. Stick.
Funny Joe.
Oh,
One more Joe.
God.
One more Joe. Look at Joe. He's blushing. Look, I love.
I know, because when you're trying to do horror and your mother's chiming in, I mean, come on.
Lexi got a challenge for you, Joe.
Shots fired. Take a shot for that one, Joe. Yeah, Joe. You gotta take a shot, Joe.
Oh,
You, shot...
shit. I
Yeah,
gotta
take
watch
a
it. I
shot.
don't have a whole lot.
you took a
But
shot.
I will
Wait,
take some.
Damn, you didn't re up.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you, Joe. I got something for you. I got a whole bottle, brother. So I got you. Bro.
Oh, I mean, I can
Check
get
it through
on
the
board.
screen.
Damn it! Damn cap it!
All
I'll
right.
take
While
it.
you do that,
Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Ricky Grimes, we had our own experience at a theater when we went to see Mario Brothers. I forgot, man. I was probably high as hell, so you gotta elaborate on
We had experience when we went to go see Barbarian.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Barbarian.
Yeah, you were so mad. The whole front row, all those kids like.
Oh yeah,
texting over.
I was with you. Oh, she's back, Joe. She's back.
Oh no. I thought you said you're gonna go watch cooking.
That strange woman in the chat who's leaving for a person. That strange woman in the chat who's leaving for a person from the UK. She's a traitor.
Oh, we're really.
Oh, okay.
Very strange person. Yeah, I got you, P-Rock.
Got it.
Yeah, banning your kids for Gordon Ramsay.
Oh man.
All right, so let's go on to
Moving on.
this other topic here. Salute my brothers here. So some of us might be a little cautious on this. I will say there's a little part of this that I'm kind of excited about. But sorry, I'm gonna read my notes because they're gonna be releasing Halloween the TV series, and what they're going to be doing different. It's not going to go like Blumhouse that did a trilogy sequel. What Miramax is going to do, and basically it's a creative reset. So it's going back to the original, but they're going to focus on some of the other characters in the original that didn't get a lot of the screen time. So I'm kind of thinking it's going to be like fitting it in there within how the movie goes. What do you guys think of? I mean, I'm assuming we'll get Michael in here because it would be weird if you're just going to do a series about the characters without Michael getting them, and maybe we'll get some filler as to what went on in the Halloween movie, which would be kind of cool. I mean, who wouldn't want to see what went on before all the other shots? But I'm going to go to the Resident because I love Halloween, but I know that, like, out of, I think, all four of us, JR is, like, the biggest fan. So I want to hear your thoughts on this, JR.
All right, so I'm on the border on this because that trilogy kind of what they did to Michael still haunts me, and I'm like scarred inside. Like, you guys don't see it, but I'm still crying because of that trilogy. But I don't know. It's for me. It's I'm curious, but what I'm worried about is not for nothing. This is the third franchise that this year and next year we're going to get a series on, all from the 70s. We have the Alien Romulus, series coming out. Which
Wait, that's a series? I thought it was movies.
Series. It's a series.
Series.
Man,
It's a
see,
live action series.
I'm dropping the ball.
Wait, Romulus is a series?
Yeah, it's a series.
Wait, that's not a
Series.
movie?
No,
It's a
no.
series.
Series.
Okay,
That's what
Ricky,
I'm
you got
saying.
mine. I'm glad I'm not the only one that didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they got me. Well, you know what? I don't watch trailers, so that's why I didn't.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it's
read
animated.
on that.
I
didn't watch
haven't watched the
I read
trailer.
it.
I've read
See,
on
I
it.
don't read either. When it's a movie I want to see, I don't read nothing about it, man.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry.
it
Go.
takes place between Alien 1 and 2. So that's the timeline it takes place in.
Well, I can get
And
behind that.
then we have Crystal Lake coming out, which is another series based on the Jason character. But it's like you have these series coming out with these iconic horror characters that you're nervous that are they gonna screw this up. Michael Myers is taking a beating for the last couple of years in films that weren't that good, and now you're gonna do a series on them. Now the thing is, they have to have, if Michael's gonna show up, the mask has to resemble very closely to the original. They can't go changing the mask and making it look like, even though I like the Rob Zombie's first mask, they can't make it look like that. They have to stick to the original concept. And how far are they going to go? Yeah, but how far are they going to go as far as, all right, what exactly are you doing? Are you just doing, like the night of Halloween? Are you doing,
Well, I think it's supposed to be the Halloween movie. Like, so
it's going to take place in the first one.
Yeah, the first one. So
Right.
so let's, for example, Annie. Let's go with Annie's day, stuff that she's going through, trying to figure out meeting up with the boyfriend, which that's because you're just watching
Someone's life.
You don't, as a Halloween fan, you don't care about what the hell they're doing during the day.
I was waiting for that. I had to push you there. I had to push you there because I thought he was going to say that at the beginning.
I don't want to. All right, I don't want to see a CW version of Halloween. And that's my endpoint.
I don't want to see Sheriff Brackett how he butters his toast in the morning. I don't need that much detail.
Him talking to his daughter, the whole interaction with them, what's going on? What are you doing today? Nothing, Daddy. She's like, I smell like weed. I was just smoking with Lori in the car. I mean, there's a slight interest in it, but when you think about it, it's just the fact that so we're going to get just kind of what these characters were doing during the couple of days. It wasn't even a couple. Was it 2 days? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Halloween, and that was it, really. Well,
I
I guess.
don't know if you guys. I don't know. I don't think it takes place during the first movie. It's after the first movie.
Is it
I
after?
thought-
No, it's after, bro. You guys are completely missing them.
Well, shit! You should have chimed in before we kept on talking and tell us.
Nah, man.
I thought.
I'm sorry, I was too busy trying
because
to fix my
well, no,
mic.
like I said, there was because from what I read,
So
and I read.
Yeah,
it,
I gotta
somebody
hear it.
discussing-
this is what it is. It takes place after the first movie. So remember how the first movie
Okay.
ends? Remember,
Right.
just
Yeah.
like before, everything after that's non-existent. The reason why, because they did not want to follow anything with the David Gordon Green series. So they want to open up the world. So they're gonna continue Michael's story after that. And when they say follow new characters and stuff like that, think about it as like Halloween 3, where they're trying to
Yeah.
do things other than just Michael Myers. Because you can't have a whole series of Halloween and it's just Michael Myers. It's just you
Right.
cannot do that. It doesn't work. You can't sustain a series based on one character who just doesn't die and keeps coming back. It's a slasher. You can't do that. So I'm thinking they're gonna open up the world, introduce other characters on top of Michael and what's going on within that same world.
Well, according to like reading from and this came from Fangoria. Well, one of the directors spoke about it. He said it's a creative reset completely, even going back to the original film.
Yeah.
As opposed to spinning out any more recent adaptation, but it follows a group of characters that were part of the original film that weren't focused on.
Yeah, because I don't think they're not gonna take away like Annie getting killed.
No,
and-
no, they're
No.
not,
I don't
but-
mean that.
yeah, I don't mean
I
that.
thought from the way I took what I read is that we got to see more of Lori throughout Halloween. So you're gonna get to see Annie.
Annie's dead though. That's the
No, I
problem.
think it's after the deaths of.
Yeah,
Oh, all
that's
right.
what I'm
So
saying.
see, again,
when
I
part
get
one
that.
ends,
right.
part one ends,
Yeah.
right? There you
So-
go. Boom. There you
all
goes the series. It's gonna continue on the
And
story.
this is why we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Because from what I understood
No.
was they were going to basically
got
give
you.
us the other characters in there and give us in the episodes their story,
Mhm.
like before they get killed, like meeting up
You're
to.
gonna still have Michael because he survived after
Yeah,
part one.
you'll
so
probably
that's-
you'll
alright,
get characters like Brackett who survived, so you'll get more
Yeah.
of him. Characters like that. More. I don't know. The only problem is I can't see anyone else within this world playing Dr. Loomis, because Dr. Loomis was already in this world.
Yeah, I don't
Donald
think he's-
Pleasance.
Yeah,
It's
gonna
not
be-
like the Rob Zombie film, which is completely different, so
Different,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
Right.
That makes sense. But how are you gonna have someone else portray? Even though they did in the new series, they had an actor that looked like him. And
Yeah, they did a good job.
I could have swore that I thought that was CGI to begin
Malcolm
with.
McDowell or
No, Donald Pleasance.
And the trilogy.
Halloween Kills. Was it Kills? Was it or the
Yeah, it
first
was
one?
Kills. Yeah.
Kills. Yeah. When
Yeah.
Donald Pleasance, when Dr. Loomis shows up in that flashback, that's an
oh
actor.
yeah.
That's an actor. So I don't know. We'll see. And that's what I like about these conversations, because
Yeah.
it allows everyone here to base their own opinions from what we've seen. Like I said, I don't read. I read this because I knew we were going to talk about it, so I wanted to come in and at least know a little bit of what's going on behind the scenes. But from what I read, that's how I took it, and it could spawn an entire universe, right? This is what they said: an entire universe of Halloween stories and characters. So that's telling me it's gonna go beyond Michael Myers. That's how I read that. So
It
What about-
sounds more
what about
like
you, man?
it sounds more like Trick or Treat, which I'm here for
I'm
that.
all for
Love
Yeah.
Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
We're huge Trick or Treat fans. Here.
I'm definitely. I would love to see a story about like the store owner who's like cleaning up the glass and then he gets fucking attacked by a werewolf or something. You know,
there you go.
it's like a whole episode for that. And they could do so much with it. That's what I'm totally here for. And I want some really crazy stuff like Halloween 3 because
Because Halloween
What
3
the
was
hell?
supposed to have taken place within the same universe, right?
Yeah, I got a question for you guys though. Do you feel like it should take place in Haddonfield?
Yeah,
Well, it
yeah.
has to.
yeah,
It has
It has
to.
to.
But then, yeah. So, where you gonna
Has
have like offshoot killers, copycat, like exactly how
Mm-hmm.
they're, and that's the trick part. That's the trick part they're gonna have because
Yeah.
the
Well,
Halloween
no,
fan
but-
base is one where if you don't do it right, they go at you.
Right, but
So-
if Michael, because he walked away at the end of the movie. So if this is after the end, then Michael's the one who's around to kill people.
But that's the big question mark.
If the series is successful, the way I gather by the notes is once they conclude Michael's part of that story, they're gonna open it up to other stories.
Okay.
I just
Oh,
don't
so
know
they're
if
gonna
that
keep
means
continue with
So it'll be like
Michael's
it'll be an
story.
anthology. It'll be
it's
an
gonna
anthology.
start where this is again. It's just me. This is how I see it and the way I read it, and this is the way it makes the most sense. You started off with how Halloween 1 ended, which is tough again because if it's, I mean, Laurie Strode's not the same age, obviously. So
No, I mean,
this is what I don't understand. I think, in my opinion, they should have just did it a whole complete just
A whole
Rob
anthology.
Zombie it. Start over.
yeah.
Start over. That's how I
That's a good
would have
idea.
done it. You know what I'm saying?
They
But,
should just went off of the Jamie character. That would have been.
Oh, you know
Once
what?
again, bring in Daniel Harris.
nah,
You
man.
want to bring in
Yes.
the fan base?
Yeah,
Daniel
there you
Harris
go.
as an
You know
adult,
what?
still recovering from freaking. Michael.
JR just hit it. The series should have starred Danielle Harris, right, as an older Jamie.
Yes.
Retcon everything after, what was it, Curse? Before Curse, right?
Not even. You can.
When did
wipe
she
out
get
Curse.
killed? When she get killed?
Curse.
If she
She
got
got killed in Curse.
So
After she
everything
gave
before
birth.
that, when she's older already,
Yeah, do it right after 4. where
continue
she
that
killed-
story. Yeah,
yeah, where
continue
she
her
killed her
story.
mom, and then you have her as an adult.
That's the
Better
new
series.
Halloween series right there.
You bring in the fan base who loves Daniel Harris,
and
who
she wants
love
to
her.
do it. You could tell
Yes.
she wants to go back to
Yeah.
that world. It's just, it makes no
Yes.
sense why they don't do it.
That's why bring her in. Fuck, hire me. Me and Rick will write the shit.
Yeah, if you think about it on paper, it's not hard, man.
Yeah.
No, it's not, man.
It's all, you know what it is? It's egos and then a lot of it's just too many chefs in the kitchen. Everybody, you know,
Too
it's
many
all about
cooks.
They don't want to have her.
They don't care about the
This
story.
was for me is if you do a Daniel Harris story and successful, they're concerned about what if it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a big Michael Myers fan, and it's hard to overshadow him. But what if her storyline gets to the point where it can create
She's
a
the
bigger monster, just like Michael? And that's I think what they're worried about. We don't want to
didn't she stab? Didn't she?
He killed her stepmom at the end of 4.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I didn't know she killed. I thought she
Mhm.
survived it. I didn't.
Mhm.
Well, they retcon it in the 5th one, but we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. It was
That's
kind of
fine.
changed.
This past
because-
Halloween, I started watching
Ooh.
all the Halloweens. I've never
I did
really
the
cared
same.
for them. So this is why I'm more like adverse. I would say this, man. Halloween 4, fucking great.
Dude,
Oh
it
yeah,
slaps.
the
It's
the
good.
ones with Danielle, they're all.
I always thought that movie. No,
Yeah.
after 3 to me they don't.
5, I wasn't.
But
big
JR
on.
always JR always hyped up 4, and I was. But when I saw it in the opening for Halloween 4, it felt like not the movie Halloween. It felt like the holiday. It felt
Yeah.
Halloween.
Mhm.
You mean that like 3-minute intro where it's just like
Yeah.
all the seasonal
Yes,
stuff?
brother.
I like that.
feels like Halloween time. But I will say that the end, G, I remember. No.
Yeah,
I know.
love it. Yeah,
I'm not a fan of.
I
That's
didn't like that.
probably that's
It
my
takes
like.
it's funny, but it's not supposed to be funny.
only little part that takes me out of the movie is his whole reaction.
What?
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
My bad. Damn, Otto.
Damn, bro. What do you think?
Uh-huh. Well,
How do you cook, man?
all right.
Oh,
So
shit.
I don't know about
Oh,
you guys.
Joe,
but
Joe, your quality shit the bed just now.
Yeah,
we're not going to talk about that. You know, what's
you're
going on.
like you're like.
No, but how's your internet connection though?
I can't see.
It doesn't got the little logo because you're blurry
No, I
as
don't
hell
see
right
it.
now.
I don't see it.
Oh, you'll fix up then. That's
Oh,
fine.
you're good.
Yeah, we're gonna have
You'll
to
come
deal
back.
with it.
You'll come back.
I
You'll
am
come back.
dealing with some technical issues. We're going to be upgrading that shit. So if you
That's
see
always me.
anything
I'm
you
always
might
down
not
with
be
shit,
happy
so.
about, don't
Hey.
worry. It's going to get taken
There
care
you
of.
go. You're
You're
good.
clearing up. No, you're clearing. That's fine.
You're good.
All right. So for this part, I'm actually excited about this. I'm a huge fan of the Final Destination movies. Out of because a lot of the stuff that they, especially the beginning ones, have hit almost all of my fears. I mean, I'm even scared of bridges. I don't like driving over bridges.
Well, I mean, what happened in Baltimore? Will
Yeah,
probably
after
make
that,
us
I don't
scared.
know.
Well, and it's funny because there was, and I think it came out like in the 70s or late 80s. There was a movie called The Night That the Bridge Collapsed, and
Well, that's
that,
kind of on the
and,
nose.
and I literally that was the name of the movie, and I saw that as a kid, and it stayed with me to the point that like if we're in a car together and we're about to come across a long bridge, you will see me shaking. But anyways, Final Destination is actually already in production. They started filming. The movie is going to be called Bloodlines. They're working with the creator Jeffrey Reddick on this, and he's planning on expanding more on the Final Destination, but he's promising it's gonna be just a little bit more different because everybody's gotten to know pretty much the premise. You know, you have to try to stop it. He's going to be changing that. So,
okay.
You want to go first, JR? All right. Go ahead, JR.
I read up on it real quick. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I raised my hand. But Tony Todd's coming back, which is awesome to see him.
That's all you need
He
to
has
say.
to be in it. He has to. I mean,
before you go, JR, I'm sorry. Everyone in the chat, if the music is too loud, please let us know.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
But what they're doing, which I kind of not be honest, I didn't watch all the Final Destinations. Yeah, I didn't watch them all. I watched the first two, and then after a while, I'm like, all right, somebody's gonna. It's a little predictable, but what I like about this one is that they're going to be focused more around first responders and emergency workers.
Oh. I'm out. I'm out.
So
exactly.
I don't like hospitals, man.
So those who already are familiar with death are going to be the characters in this film, which I like that because it's a whole different change. It's not like, somebody waiting for something to happen big and they all escape, but the fact that it's first responders and emergency workers.
Well, because one of the things I read is that this time it's going to deal what you morally would do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's changing it because if JR say he saw two. When we get to you guys, you can tell me how many you saw. I've seen them all. I watch those over and over again. The kills are inventive. I just love all the different ways that they can happen in real life situations. Some great special effects in some of them, but it is ultimately trying to figure out and break the cycle. But this time it sounds like, would you do it for somebody is what I get with the moral part. Right, I'm going to go to you next.
So, I have seen them all.
Yay!
And I multiple times. Which one's the crappy one, Joe? Because I know there's the Final Destination, which is that's the
probably the last one. I'm assuming.
Right? And funny enough, I was not a fan of the bridge one. I can't remember which one.
I think that one's the Final Destination.
I
but
think
what's
it
the
was.
Fourth one called? The one with the racetrack. What is that one? Is that just Final Destination 4?
I think.
I don't know. I can't.
Don't worry about it. Just go.
But yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, I gotta agree with you, Joe. I like the kills for the most part. When you have 80 kills with Rube Goldberg stuff, eventually it's gonna be one of them's gonna be dumb. So you're gonna have a few bad ones in there. For the most part, they're pretty solid. In the first one, I think the most impactful one is the first guy who dies is the main character's best friend and stuff in the bathroom
when he gets hung.
Yeah, when he wraps around him.
Yeah, that's a freaking a panty and pantyhose driver.
Yeah, line. And so it's got memorable kills like that. So I'm always ready to see more stuff like that. Where the kills are inventive. I definitely because they did that kind of motif. I can't remember if they did it in the second one, but I know in the first and third one, they kind of announced that death was close by with a song. And I would love for them to keep doing that with John Denver songs because that's what they did in the first one for some reason. But I'd love to see more of that, honestly. And
I do.
If there's a morality point too to it, like you said, where it's oh yeah, I can cheat death by hopping out of the way, but if I do that, it's gonna kill this baby. What do you do?
Holy crap! What makes what JR said about being first responders and stuff like that. It gives it.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn, that is very true. All right, Rick. I know you said you're out, but have you seen any of the Have you seen any of the Final Destinations?
Yeah. What's the one with the Ferris wheel? That's 3. I think that's
the
3,
roller
right?
coaster. The roller coaster.
Yeah. Roller coaster.
Right, wait.
That's the last one I saw.
Three,
I think
three,
that's three.
three.
That's
Yeah,
it,
yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I think after
What-
that one, I was pretty much done with the franchise. After. Not that it was
Oh.
bad. I just found it too repetitive after a while. I don't know.
Well, I'm just
I think
curious.
the next
though.
one, because you know what it is? When they promote these films, they always promote the opening. I think the next one was a racetrack. I think it was. Then
Okay, yeah. So that
Alright,
was the fourth one.
how about just give me a movie? Don't just focus on the opening segment. It's like JR knows, like wrestling. They only focus on the beginning of the big segment. Then after that, just whatever. They just fill it in. I don't know. I just Final Destination. I never attached to it, to be honest with you.
All
Never
right,
did.
but
I like. No, I like the. Let me go on. Part 2 is freaking amazing.
All right.
Joe. let me-
Yeah, there we
No,
go.
go ahead. No, because you're literally going to what my question.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
gonna ask.
No, like from what I saw. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they were bad films, but then after a while, all right, you watch the beginning. You know what's gonna. All right, it's gonna be an accident or something. It's just they needed to reinvent that wheel a long time ago. And like Radar said, or one of y'all said, I think it was maybe JR. I'm sorry. They just. No, I think it was Radar. They just got worse and worse. That Final Destination, I didn't see it, but this, oh my god, I just heard people just like destroying it, right?
Well,
not
yeah.
that I'm basing my opinion on that. I'm just saying a franchise that was once loved, now as the movies go on, that the good faith is wavering with people already. People want something fresh, and that's why it's probably taking so long to make a new one. When's the last time they even made one of these films?
It's been a couple of years.
It's
It's
been
been
like-
a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean,
Since like
if,
the late 2000s.
now, if they're gonna place it around first responders, that's great because that's original for the series. But I don't want them to just rely on the whole movie on the opening sequence, and then now we're gonna go ahead
Well,
and
But the opening sequence is what sets up the
yeah. But
list
it's
of
like
characters.
I don't
that
go
are-
to a movie just to watch the first 20 minutes. Oh, it's great, and everything else. Like, man, you can't live up to that. You can. That opening sequence of part 2. How
Okay.
can you live up to that?
Now, so
That's-
real quick. A raise of hands. A raise of
done, I'm
hands.
done.
How
Guys,
many?
you-
Well, a raise of hands. How many people were personally victimized by the intro of Final Destination 2 and the
I
trucks?
still am, brother.
Oh, you can't go behind
Like-
any of those truckers.
No.
And go
No,
like,
the worst part is that anytime you're driving on a highway and you get behind that, you say to yourself, "Final Destination moment." Like
Yeah.
that for me, so the first one, because I hate flying, I have a huge fear of flying. Period.
Me too.
So, but on the highway, I also have a fear of roller coasters, and I also saw a horror movie from back in the day where this guy was blowing up roller coasters. JR, you might remember this one. It was this guy that kept blowing up the roller coaster.
Yeah, he went home. So what I'm saying is,
He went home. What? He went home.
What?
that's something my brother used to do when he didn't care what I was saying. Yeah, he went home. Then that's from that movie with Dan Aykroyd. What's that movie where he had the big fucking nose? Humpty Dumpty was in it. Not Humpty
What?
Dumpty. Tupac was in it. What was that movie?
what?
Come on, guys. All right, I
Come
know.
on.
Digital Underground.
No,
They
yes,
made the
digital,
soundtrack
yes.
for it.
What's the name of that movie? When Chevy Chase was the fucking man.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase goes into this hotel and Dan Aykroyd's the guy in it. He had a big prosthetic nose and
Oh,
it was.
it's something weird.
Yeah, it's a very
I-
strange movie, bro. But there was a scene in that movie where someone's talking. Chevy Chase starts talking and Dan Aykroyd's like, yeah, he went home. Then he just completely cut him
Oh,
off.
that's where we're at. I was trying to
Ooh.
If I get the name later, I'll bring it up. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, no, you're good. Like I said, for me, I would like a little refresh. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. For me, part of the Final Destination movies is the beginning that sets up the characters who survive it. So if you kind of take that away, but if we do it differently and
Yeah.
with the first responders and just making those certain moments it all happening, it does open it up to be different. I'm going to agree with you because, as you're right, in the sense it got repetitive.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
But it's the kills that happen after that were some of the offensive stuff. It got sloppy towards the end. Completely agree. The last one was not my favorite one. 2 is pretty
No,
much
that's 2 is top tier.
yeah.
Man.
Two is my favorite one.
Such a great.
And then
movie.
obviously 1, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. So
Well, 3 had Mary Elizabeth Winstead, right?
yes,
Yeah,
well, that was the
yeah.
roller coasters,
Yeah.
and even
That
though I
was
ride
okay.
roller
I like that.
coasters,
Yeah, me
I
too.
have a fear of roller coasters. I
Yeah.
hate heights.
Yeah.
I'm always worried it's gonna go off the track. And when you see that
Yeah.
in a fucking
Oh, no,
movie
no.
theater,
No,
with them
doubt.
going off,
That
you're
shit
like,
was scary.
I'm not riding another roller coaster again.
Yeah.
And then when you do get on a roller coaster, you start visualizing how it's just gonna fly off. Which, by the way, if you guys have not yet done the Haunting of Hill House, for your house one.
Okay.
I'm talking about the remake. The remake, the roller coaster that they use is
What
the
movie?
Hulk roller coaster, The Haunting of Hill House.
Never seen that.
In the beginning, the guy that Raider, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Vincent Price movie?
No,
No,
they
the
did
remake.
They did a remake.
Oh,
And
in
in
like
the remake,
'98 or something.
Jeffrey Rush is it? No, what's I can't remember.
Yeah, Jeffrey Rush. Yeah.
Jeffrey Rush. So he was like like announcing this roller coaster, and then they show this coaster go off the tracks. That's the Hulk roller coaster at Islands of Adventure.
nice.
So when you see the fucking movie and then you get on the goddamn ride, do you know how scared you are when you go, holy shit, wait, I just literally saw this in the movie theater, how I could just fly off of this. So anyway, but yes, the Mary Elizabeth.
Nothing but trouble.
Yeah,
Thank-
nothing
Oh,
but
that's a
trouble.
good one.
my man. If you haven't seen that movie, Joe, watch that movie. It's,
Oh yeah, I've
it's,
seen that one.
it's gross and it's obnoxious, but it's got some funny shit. Chevy Chase was so great. Oh, but just before we move on, I'm not trying to take away from Final Destination 1, 2, and 3, and even the other ones because I haven't seen them. I'm not saying that. What I mean is they follow that same formula where they survive this catastrophe, right? It's 2 characters, but then if you watch the first 3, or the first 2 at least, the other ones they follow that same formula from the beginning to end, and that's
It
the only
is,
thing I
yeah.
don't like about it. I don't like that.
Because it's meant that all those people died, like they were meant to die in this pattern.
Oh yeah, we get that.
And if when they survive it, death comes for you. And what I also actually liked about that one is that death was the killer. Like there wasn't a masked person. There wasn't like as you're sitting there watching like the first one, the teacher with her vodka that she put in the glass.
Yeah.
Just watching all of that, you're like, oh my god, I can totally.
I will say,
see
as a gore
my luck
fiend,
happening.
the
that was a great
deaths
one.
are brutal in this
They
movie.
are.
Yeah.
They are.
One thing I will say before we, as far as Bloodlines, Tony Todd's back. That's good.
Yeah, Tony Todd's back.
All right,
Oh, I
before we
will
go-
say, JR.
Hold on, before Radar, one second, Radar.
Okay.
We got Angel. What's up, Angel?
Hey,
Sorry, I'm
Angel
late,
in the
Tasha, and I
house.
will record. Yeah, that's right. I saw that. Hope you guys have a good. I hope you guys had a good session. Congrats on the subs. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
For
Appreciate
subs
it.
through
Appreciate
the
it. Thank
roof.
you very much. Can't wait to have you back on.
Oh, she's
And
still
Horror
on.
Fiend TV says, thank JR.
They are.
I actually read the
He's
name
like,
too, like a
he goes,
nerd.
he goes, Horror
You
Fiends
read
TV
it.
says. I'm like, dude, you just read our channel.
That was a definite the
Hey.
killers in the house moment.
Took me a second.
All right, so the next one, I'm sure you all heard about this. I'm actually on the latter part is the one I'm more excited about. So you heard that Nev Campbell is going to be back for the next Scream, but it's not just Nev. Kevin Williamson is back to write and direct it.
That's what people should be excited for.
That's the part I'm excited about, is that he is back. So I'm just curious. I know that, unfortunately, the previous Scream, I like it, don't love it. It wasn't all that. We liked it at first, and then all of a sudden, once you rewatch it a couple times, you're like, oh my god.
After
I
my
can't-
second watch, I'm like, God, dog, I
Dude,
feel
like-
embarrassed for rating it so high now.
Well, the thing is, you thought Dewey went through a lot. Like some of these characters, like all the stabbings and
Nah.
everything, like it was a little bit
Yeah.
like there's no way
I-
you could have been
I-
fucking walking.
No.
Period. Going through any of that shit. So, the question is, you can answer for both if you just want to focus on one. Nev Campbell coming back, Kevin Williamson, writer, director. Rick, I'm actually going to you first on that one, even though you were just wiping your mouth.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
You're
was gonna
good.
I was gonna take. I finished my shot. I didn't realize it was half a shot, man. That should have dripped all over my fucking face. So.
You gotta fill it up then. Come on.
Yeah, I
take it
will.
with me.
I will.
What are you drinking there, JR? Because you are casually sipping on that shot.
Bailey's.
Ooh,
everything.
Okay.
That's what I have right now.
He's going fancy.
I got Dominican rum. My girlfriend hooked it up. Brugal. So
Ooh, nice.
it's almost done. I got a
I'm-
refill today though. I got a brand new
I
bottle.
got Spearnoff green apple. So
What was it
And
called?
some
Joe's
burr.
definitely going
Oh.
harder.
so like
Scream, right?
Nev and Kevin. Like
Yeah.
you're
So
playing
alright,
up.
okay.
if you don't, and like I said,
Mhm.
if you don't want to talk about Nev, it's okay.
No,
If
I
you
got
want
you.
to focus on Kevin, totally great. Wait,
No,
totally.
it's fine. Nev Campbell, obviously, we know she declined Scream. What was it? The last one was 6, right? So
6? Yeah, 6.
It
she
was
declined
money.
It.
It was money.
It was
It was
a
money.
paid thing, which is fine because she's been
The
there
bitch
since the
made
beginning.
fucking move. Thank you. I mean, you pay the person who
Yes.
basically created your
She-
franchise.
and she brings she brings the
fan base.
crowd with her because
Yep.
she's from the original, and you're following her story.
Her
That's like
story.
considering Star Wars, but leaving Luke Skywalker out. It's like
Yeah.
it doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense,
yeah.
you know. And then they introduced this new set of characters, which at first I was all for it, the core 4, but it just became too much of a comedy show. Too much, that to the point where when these characters are in danger, you don't feel anything for them because you know they're gonna survive.
Live.
Yeah.
Homeboy got stabbed like 17 times. Jenna
Yeah.
Ortega's character got stabbed in the fucking gut, and so did the other girl, Mindy. That's her
By the way,
name, right?
she got stabbed in the gut. Wasn't it after she like fell on him?
After she
too?
fell.
So she literally
Yeah.
fell onto the
Yes.
fucking knife. I'm
Mindy-
sorry, that would knock anybody
Yes.
out. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Mindy got stabbed again, also in the gut in the subway.
Yeah.
I think that's her
on the
name.
subway.
But that's not even the point, bro. All right, you could survive it. Yeah, if you get a knife to the stomach, you can survive, depending on if it hits any vital organs or not. But the fact that these two characters are up and walking around like nothing,
nothing.
after, and then
Like, it doesn't
homeboys
hurt.
get stabbed like 20 times and making jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
That's when I tune out, man. I'm like, nah, this ain't for me no more, man. And the movie, to me, I was so excited when I first saw it because I loved the Ghostface in that. The cop was when he went into that supermarket and wiped out all those degenerates with the
yeah.
fucking shoddy. That was awesome, and in the beginning was awesome with the character of Jason and his partner. That was good stuff.
That was that. Well, because it threw
Who
you
was-
off because all of a sudden he took the mask off and
Yes.
you're like,
He
holy
revealed
shit.
himself.
So now you're telling
Yeah.
us who the killer is.
That was
So
a game changer
Dude,
for me.
That was
For-
good.
I thought the movie was going to be how are we going to see that he's hanging around with the crew,
Yeah.
killing them off one by one,
Yeah.
and then he gets killed.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
idea
I was
that
like,
you introduced
awesome.
in the beginning because I was thrown off. It was
Columbo Scream.
There you go.
Do it that way.
go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry.
But yeah, those newer characters, like I know Melissa Barrera has a big fan base. I don't want to get into the political side of
Yeah.
that. But it sucks, yes. But fuck it, we move on, right? It is what it is. You know, Jenna Ortega
Yeah,
is
Sydney.
not coming back because of she's filming Wednesday for
Yeah, it was
Netflix.
Wednesday.
So,
Wednesday.
but these characters to me, I could care less of that. Now, I'm a big Jenna Ortega fan. I could care less if she comes back or not. Fuck it, let her do Wednesday. I'd rather see her there, and let's refresh this franchise because the direction they were going in with this core 4, me personally, I'm just speaking for myself, I was not happy with that direction. It was taking it as a joke. Now,
Not
Kevin,
after the second one. The first.
no,
in
yes,
the first,
yes, the first one was
like,
good.
Like I want to
Yes.
say, like I do like their introduction
Thank
was
you.
good.
Yep. Mhm.
It did revitalize the franchise.
Yeah.
Yes, it took the attention off of Sydney because, going off what we're talking about Final Destination, things can be repetitive.
Wait, you said Final Destination. Hold up. Joe, I'm right with you. I also have a fear of roller coasters.
But they are
Yeah.
such a great adrenaline rush.
So let me get back to this. So I don't want to go too much time. So Kevin Williamson, he hasn't. Is this the first one he's gonna direct?
I
I
thought he did
think
the-
so.
No,
He never
I
directed
think
any of them.
so.
He
It was-
wrote.
no, Wes
he
Craven.
wrote it.
Wes
He wrote it.
Craven.
Wes
Wes
Craven.
Craven,
Yes.
Yeah. he
And
wrote-
Gary Gary
Crap.
Busek, who wrote the last two, is coming back. He's the screenwriter
Okay.
for this one too. So, who knows? It's
Interesting.
okay. I don't mind him. I don't know too much of him, but maybe with the director has the final say. If they give him final say of what goes in and what does not, then I'm all for it. I mean, we saw that movie Sick that Kevin Williamson also did. I mean, I enjoyed it. It wasn't great, but for what it was, I thought it
Well,
was enjoyable. So
We didn't
let's give him
enjoy
a
it
chance on
because
this.
we didn't enjoy it because it was too much of the social commentary.
It was
in
too
there.
much on the nose. It wasn't clever. They
Yeah.
tried to be clever,
Yes.
but it was too obvious. But
Ugh.
yeah. I mean, but she was Nev Campbell claimed she was asked very respectfully, and she accepted. You know, the way she went about it, I think, was very diplomatic. She never shitted on them. She just said, "No,
Yeah.
I didn't get what I wanted and what I think my worth is," and I applaud that. I want more
Yes.
people to do that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially women.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's okay with that. But yeah, man, I'm excited because Nev Campbell, I want her to finish this story. And I just, please, again, with Gail Weathers getting stabbed, I thought she was dead, and she comes back. How do
Oh,
you get
man.
stabbed with glass in the gut as well,
Okay,
and
I'm
you
going.
survive?
I'm going. She was now Dewey.
Yeah, but
Dewey-
don't
Dewey-
put her
Dewey
in that
survived
position
those.
if you don't want to kill her.
Well,
It's
I
too
know, but I'm
much.
saying, but you know, because Dewey survived all those stuff, and Dewey's dead now.
If look at all the people that were killed in the last Scream movie, all the new characters.
Yeah.
And they bring Kirby back for what? Just to make you be like, okay, is it her? No, it's not. We knew it wasn't Kirby. I didn't
Yeah,
buy
but
that for a second.
I do want Kirby back for the next one, though. What about you, JR? I'm sorry. I keep catching you guys when you're sipping. I'm
It's the right
sorry.
one. Tasha.
Tasha.
Tasha in the
Tasha.
house.
Tasha is the one that introduced me to. Well, she was the one that brought it to my attention. Was Terrified. I love Terrified. So she reviewed it with us. So thank you. Wait, Joe, was it you, Joe?
No,
Saw
I
that
didn't
face. It
Terrified.
wasn't. Oh, my bad.
No, it was. I think JR was the one that brought
Look
it up.
at Gr. Look at Joe. He shaved. Yo. It's
know.
It was
funny
an
because
accident. It was an accident.
Let's peel the
I
curtain
didn't have
back a
the
little
guard
bit.
on.
Hold on. Let's peel the curtain back. Joe sent me his latest episode of movies that fucked me up, right? Movies that fucked me up, right?
Oh shit! You guys got a
merch.
T-shirt.
Got merch.
No,
yeah,
only he's got the shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know. I
This,
want.
we're working. This is showing it's coming. We got the merch. Anyway,
Got the merch. Holy shit! You guys
Anyway,
are official.
he sent me, but we had technical issues, so he redid it. But when he first sent it to me, he had a big he had his beard all coming in, and when he sent it back, the clean shaven, like a little like what was that line from what was that line from True Lies? She got nice thick thighs, big breasts, and an ass like a 10-year-old boy. That's Joe the psychologist. Right
Oh
there.
man, so I went to trim it down because all right, I hate.
That was the
shaving.
great Bill Paxton, by the way.
I hate shaving. Like honestly, I hate shaving. I rarely
who,
shave.
who likes shaving? I hate
Yeah.
So I went to buzz
Look
it
at
down.
me.
I went to buzz it. went to buzz it down and I forgot I didn't have the guard on. So I did a and I'm like,
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, fuck. We're gonna have to commit to this now. So I'm watching this, I'm like,
I've never been since I've been growing facial hair. I've never been baby faced. Never shaved my mustache since. I'm afraid what
No,
I'll
but when
look
you do
like.
the accidental thing, you're like,
I've done that. No, I've
that's
done
a horror
that.
movie in itself. That's actually a pretty good horror
done that.
movie.
my problem is when
The
when
big
I have no facial hair, I had this guy that gave me a nickname, like I don't know. I'll have to share it after we're live because I don't want to offend.
Some PTSD.
Cabeza de
no.
culo, cabeza de culo.
No, cara de
Oh.
crica.
Cara
Oh.
de crica. Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll tell you what that means
Yeah.
after, Radar.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So, well, and actually,
Yo, Raider, if you want to
Wait,
learn
wait.
Spanish, brother,
Hold on.
hit me up or hit us up.
Wait.
You want to learn
yeah.
a second language? We got you, bro.
but
I'm just trying to learn French for the moment, so.
Oh, okay.
Joe, you may not know this, but so my mom had gotten a job at Caldors where I was working, and while she's doing the tour, the guy who's giving her the tour goes, "Oh, here's Juan. We call him cara de crica." And as we're walking, like we walk up, and he's like, and I'm like, "Hi, mom," and the guy's like, "This is your mother?" I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "You call my son cara de crica?" And I'm standing there like, "Well, this is the greatest meeting." Yeah, you know, you can
Joe.
check your. Go ahead.
Yeah, shot fired in a comment there.
Ooh.
Glad you didn't fall asleep on the couch and forgot to shave, Joe. If for
Listen,
the viewers who
Tasha,
are
I
unaware,
mean, that was
every
an
time
act.
Tasha comes and on the show. By the way, Tasha, you gotta come back. We're
Yes.
waiting for you.
Oh yeah.
We'll get to you. We'll get to you.
I don't know.
every
The
time-
last time
every
we spoke
time
of
Tasha
I
came
got a
on, though,
hurricane.
Every time Tasha comes on, Joe has either a hurricane or some kind of storm. So the running joke is Tasha brings a storm to Florida and Joe
Literally,
can't
yeah.
come. Have you guys ever been on the same show together with us?
Once.
Once,
I think
right?
once. I think we finally did it once. Yes, yes,
The whole thing.
yes. The first time I was supposed to jump on,
I miss Tasha's dog. I love Tasha's always
Yeah.
talking. Her dog always gets.
it shows up in there.
Was it Journey? Oh man.
But
I'm
yes,
sorry,
I
go ahead.
know. On that one, yes, that was again
Well,
another.
this one was for you,
it's
Radar. Salud, salud, salud.
Ooh.
It's called
Oh,
it's
wait.
called growth.
That's my last one.
I
Well, no, I
only have
no.
one
Save it,
shot.
GR. Save it, GR.
No,
What's the last
actually,
one?
no.
Save it.
No. It's
I got
actually not
backup.
my last one because, all right. So every time sorry to interrupt, but every time I go to the store, the liquor store, right? When I go buy these, I tell a lady, I say, "Hey, do you have the salted caramel Bailey's?" She, yeah, I do. Can I get the whole box? I always buy the box.
Yo,
the
GR,
box
I
comes
got
It's
like
better to
morning.
buy it in a box because you get a
Oh
cheap
hell yeah!
price.
You,
You get it
you always
cheaper,
buy the
nice.
box.
Yeah.
My man, yo, if I drink that shit, I'll get the run so bad, bro. Oh, I can't do sweets and alcohol, man. I cannot do it.
Oh, I can't.
They are good. I mean,
One time,
it's-
GR
it's
gave me
good in
coqui.
coffee,
The
it's
last
good
time I
with-
had coqui, I was at GR's place. It's like what is it? Coconut rum and all kind of random
coconut
shit in it.
milk and all these good things.
Man, the
Oh
next
man, yeah, that'll
the
make
next
it. that'll make
morning,
the
I had to
shit.
call out of work and everything, bro. My ass was on fire. Bro.
But it was
All
good
right,
though.
anytime, my friends.
yeah,
yeah, we
we-
got you, Tasha.
we
We'll
got
connect
you,
with you.
Tasha.
We'll connect. Yep.
all right.
VHS.
For VHS.
Oh, that was when you were there with VHS. Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That was the one.
Was I there?
Alright.
Wait, VHS? Which
Yeah,
one?
you were there.
I missed the last one with Angel. I know that.
All right.
All right,
so
moving
this
on.
next
Moving
one.
on. Sorry.
So this next one.
Oh, no, we're still talking about screen.
Oh
though.
shit, we didn't get to JR.
You didn't get to me or
Or Radar. Or
sorry,
Radar.
Radar.
Damn. See,
Man.
Rick, you talk too much.
Fuck me, I guess.
Oh no, it's Rick's fault. See, I like how Rick blames me, but Rick is worse than me. And then Rick goes, "I don't mean to cut you off."
You guys enable it. You guys enable me. That's the problem, man.
And here's the thing: I'm hoping that while you're editing our videos, that you see how many times I don't mean
No,
to cut you
no,
off.
You know
Oh,
what
no,
it is?
I know. I
No,
know.
this is what it is. All right. So Rick usually is the moderator, main moderator for Three Corners of Horror. So Rick, when it comes to him giving his talking points, we've kind of touched on all the talking points. So when it gets to him, he gets frustrated because
I got
you
nothing
guys
to
said
talk about.
everything.
We hit him all.
But whenever Rick is not the moderator, it's just like, yes, I get to finally fucking
Yeah.
talk.
and I want him
So,
to
yeah,
have
all
The
that.
problem is, I'm so used to moderating that even Angel, I feel so bad when I'm on Angel streams. I
Angel, if you're,
subconsciously
if
I
you're,
take
Angel,
over.
if you're watching, we're gonna have to talk because I'm just like Rick. So we're gonna have to talk about that.
Oh, that's
but
right,
no,
Joe,
but if-
Joe's gonna be on her show soon, right, Joe?
When,
Oh,
Yes.
when we do the shows,
Ooh.
what I don't like, I know that I talk a lot, but then what like Rick does do, I don't mean to cut you off. Like you literally be mid. Rick really gonna do that to me. You'll be mid sentence, and Rick like, I don't mean to cut you off, and then he'll say a bunch of things, and you're sitting there going, "That's just what I was gonna say." I love you, Rick. I love you, Rick.
I give you the floor, bro. I give you the floor.
The
I
soapbox
love
moment.
you. You know, no, I'm saying I love
you too,
you.
bro. I love you too.
But
right.
like, I know that I had to start curtailing.
All right. GR Radar, one of y'all, come on.
All right, Radar, you go
No,
first.
no, you go, JR.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so-
pick. I'm gonna pick Jay.
What? Yeah, Joe's the leader. We gotta give Joe some respect, guys.
Rick
Let's-
always. Rick is so used to being the moderator that when I took over the live stream, like it's really hard for him to sit. Like he's.
It's
my
just subconsciously.
passenger.
I gotta
He's
keep
the-
the show moving. That's all I
He's
am.
not actually. Rick is sitting in the back seat, trying to direct the shit when I'm in charge. But I love him anyway. But Jr. Go ahead.
No, for me, I'll be honest. I don't watch as much Scream as you guys do. But when the last one I watched was the one where they brought Nev Campbell back. The reason I watched it because they brought the core
5, right?
back. Yes, they brought the core back, and then they introduced Michelle's character and Jenna Ortega's character, and I liked that film. I didn't watch the last one because the fact that she wasn't in it,
You didn't
kinda
see
like-
it at all?
I didn't see it at all.
Knew it. I knew it.
You're not gonna see
I
it.
knew it.
I didn't see it at all.
We reviewed it. He didn't join us for
Yeah.
that one, and
Oh,
I said,
that's
and I go,
why he didn't
I
join
said it.
us.
I said
Passed
to
on
you.
that one.
Yo,
I
Joe,
said to you. I
that's-
said, I'm like, JR's not joining us because he didn't watch it.
Yeah, I had a hard time. I put it on. I'm like,
well, you know, again, it's okay if we call each
fair,
other
that's
out.
fair.
But
Hey, man, chill.
on that one when he's like, "Hey guys, so I'm not," I'm like, "That motherfucker."
Oh, actually, I wasn't feeling it either.
No.
Nah,
he
just, you just called
you
yourself out.
No,
You
no,
didn't want to
but-
see it.
but-
You didn't want to see it.
no.
You gotta take it back. It's on live. I can't edit this. I can't edit this.
After trying to watch that, I did get sick. So you know.
All right, you can kind of backtrack as much as you want, but I'm like he didn't watch it, and I get it because if you're not a fan of the movie, it's understandable.
You have to have a
Yeah.
reason to, and F. Campbell was the reason I watched the other one.
Hey man, when we
So I
review
am
stuff, we
interested
gotta
in-
watch shitty movies too, man. Hey, JR, you put me through a shitty movie last night, motherfucker.
Oh no, but
No,
that was
we'll get into that.
that
but
was a motivation.
this guy hyped this movie up.
I did not hype it up. I
No,
told
no. You were like, watch it. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Watch it. I watched it. I'm like,
It's not my
5 minutes in. Yeah, that's what he fucked with me. He fucked me. He did that shit on purpose.
What was the Adam Driver one that he wanted us to do? That he was all horror, and I sat there with Adam and my
And
friend.
we didn't do it. We ended up canceling. You
We didn't-
because we
you
Wait,
changed
what movie
it.
was that?
Oh my god, hold on.
Hold on, we're diverging too much. Come on, JR. Let's
All
talk
right,
about
no.
Scream. Talk about Scream.
Yeah, so for me, I am interested in this one because I
I'll
do
look it
love the Nev Campbell character. I'm not big into the Courtney Cox character. I could care less. Matter of fact, they should have killed her off.
You know what?
instead of
I agree
killing
with
off
you,
Dewey.
JR.
They should never killed off Dewey.
Yeah,
Dewey
without
is a
Dewey,
better character.
what scale? Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
Dewey-
Dewey was killed off because he was kind of the heart of the group.
But he's the better character than her. Who
I
cares about her?
I know.
Her
but
story arc
Courtney-
is the same in every movie.
Yeah, it's
I like.
don't
She's a
care
bitch at the
about
beginning. She's
I like
less
Yeah,
of a bitch at the end.
Come on, kill
Yes,
the
thank
a-hole.
you,
Yeah, come on.
Radar.
That's it. That's
Her
the-
arc
you don't
is
need
always
her.
the same. It's like a revolving door, man.
Dewey was
That's-
awesome.
because
even-
she took. Go ahead. Sorry, Beth.
Yeah, Dewey was a better character. He was more entertaining than her. I could care less for her character. You know, if I was basically Ghostface, I would like kill her to the point where she's almost dead and revive her just to keep killing her. I mean, I would torture the shit out of her because she's so annoying. But I mean, the Nev Campbell character does interest me. I mean, I do like the Jenna Ortega character. I do like the Michelle Burrow character. You know, it's unfortunate what happened to him. Like we said, we don't get into politics in here, but you know, I am interested.
Freedom of speech, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Freedom of
but-
speech is freedom of speech. You can't sit there and tell somebody they can't feel the way they feel.
I agree. I'm all about
part
it.
of
Yeah,
all
that's
about freedom
true.
of speech. Yeah.
That's
part
true,
of humanity is we're all allowed to feel. the way
But
they
it has to
feel.
go both ways. So when you have somebody like a Gina Carano that gets basically fired by Disney for freedom of speech, that's just,
Again,
you know.
I'm
just saying it goes both
I stand
ways.
on what I
Yeah,
said.
No, but I'm just saying overall, like, I am interested in watching that because I do like the Nev Campbell character. I agree with what she did. You know, she should get paid because she is the face of the franchise,
Yeah.
and you don't screw the face of the franchise because they, like you guys said, she made your movie.
It paid
So,
off. It
yeah.
It showed with the last one.
I mean,
not
think about
having
it.
her in it.
You killed off Drew Barrymore to make sure Nev Campbell shine.
And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't like the direction they were taking. What's Melissa Barrera's character? I forgot her name already.
Well, because they were
Sam.
trying to
Samantha.
get her.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
I
trying
didn't
to
like
get her
that.
to become.
Yeah, I didn't like her
Yeah.
seeing her
They-
dad, who was
Yeah.
when they said that
Billy
Skeet
Loomis.
Ulrich was coming back. I'm like, oh, cool. I guess we'll find out
Yeah,
how maybe a
no.
flashback.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want him back. A flashback will suffice, but yeah, I didn't like the way they brought him back. And then she's trying to be all like a killer too. Guys, if you're not a killer,
Rick, I love you,
Yeah.
but Radar, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not enthused because Scream was always the franchise, the one horror franchise that every installment was good. Every
Well,
installment
the
was good.
third one is Quest.
yeah,
What?
I did.
I'm gonna say the third
I'm a
one is
third-
No, to me,
Yeah,
to
I
me,
will
Scream
defend
died
that.
after part 2 until the.
Where's Angel in this whole discussion? Because she's like,
Because
I
Dewey is the
did not
heart.
like
Dewey
him.
is the heart of the
Dewey's-
Scream franchise.
Thank you.
And Dewey gets to shine in some fantastic moments in the third one. Like when Ghostface just chucks the knife and it just doinks him in the head and he falls down the stairs.
Yes. I'm gonna. For me,
Beautiful.
the reveal of who the killer was fell flat for me.
Wasn't the
That's
third
all-
one
Oh,
the one of the
yeah, that's
killers
fair.
was Oh my God, what's the actor's
the
name? He was in the
killer,
Crazies
Scott-
remake. Who
Scott
was he?
Foley. Scott Foley was the killer. He was her brother.
Never mind. Then it's part 4. Who's the killer in part 4? Who was the guy that was in Mandalorian, Joe? You know. No, JR knows. The Mandalorian, he played Cobb Vanth. Oh my god. Alright, never mind. Continue,
Dude,
Radar.
you asked me when I'm drinking, dude.
Oh, by the way, the name of the movie that JR forced me to watch was White Noise.
Alright, listen. Radar
Oh,
knows this stuff. Radar,
Yeah,
the
we canceled
Crazies
that.
remake. Who was
Yeah.
the lead actor in that movie?
Timothy Oliphant.
Thank you. Was he
Oh,
in
there
this?
you go.
Was he
Timothy
second
Oliphant
one.
was in the second one. He was
Second
the
one.
one
He was
that
the-
Laurie
Oh, okay,
Metcalf,
okay. Never mind. I take it back.
Laurie
Yeah.
Metcalf found somebody who would be crazy
And the
enough to love
mother,
all this
the
shit.
mother was the other killer.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
mother.
Gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha.
Laurie Metcalf was shit. Skeet Ulrich's his
Yeah.
mom.
Timothy
I mean,
Oliphant. Crazies
but-
remake, pretty good actually.
I
Yeah,
love
it's
I'm
actually solid, you know. But
sorry.
I just like I have no interest in Scream at the moment, just because the sixth one came along, and that
So-
was the one that I was like, this is a turd,
Right.
because
So-
they wanted to have their cake and eat it too. They're like, oh no, we killed off the heart of the old core. They're gonna be gone now. Oh wait, Courtney Cox is still here. Well then you'll kill her off. Oh wait, no we won't. And then it's all the stuff with Sam where it's like, no, she's the good guy. But she's
Let's be real.
she's a little creepy,
Scream
but she's
6
a good guy.
It was a comedy. Let's be real. It was a
Yeah.
comedy.
Yeah, it was.
But, like,
definitely.
You know, you can't. I can't feel like, oh, Sam is the good guy when you're like at the end of the movie, she literally like murders someone, like not even like self-defense or anything. She murders the last guy. Sorry, Jared.
Who was the last guy she murdered?
Just like
Indulge me.
the-
I forgot, bro.
The dad.
Dylan
Like
McDermott. Dylan McDermott.
Yeah, like the cop.
Wasn't
Yeah.
he? But wasn't he Ghostface?
He was the Ghostface. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
so what do you mean
he-
she killed the innocent man?
Well,
He
not,
was
not
an
killed
innocent
innocent man,
actor.
but she like murdered him because, like, remember?
Oh, the way
She
she did
didn't-
that.
She
the way
didn't
she
have to. You're
killed
saying.
him.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. You, She
Yeah.
didn't, I got you.
She literally like he's knocked out. Well, let me
Yeah.
go put on this fucking ghost face.
Yeah, that was cheesy. See, that's
Yeah,
when I was
yeah.
like, come on, what are you
I
guys
know.
doing?
You can't have it both ways.
So
but
in a way, I'm glad that storyline's.
yeah, but the only way I could get invested is because now that I thought about it, since you guys had time to talk about it, is the only way I can
And
get
that's the
invested
perfection of this conversations.
is if they kill off all the characters in the last and they introduce like new characters, but the way they introduced them is like Columbo, where they're like, you fucking know who the killer is throughout it, and then at the end you have one of the survivors go like, do the whole one more thing to out Ghostface, and they kill them, and then it's those guys going on, and like
Yeah, you're
I
right,
would
yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah,
Well, see,
dude, yeah.
Before we move on, here's my thing. That remember, Sydney had kids with I can't remember Patrick Dempsey's character, the cop.
Right.
It's been long enough that the
Ooh.
kids.
Patrick Dempsey.
Patrick
Thanksgiving.
Thank-
He's
yeah.
that one.
He's coming
There
back
will
for
be
this
no
one, too.
leftovers.
That's what I'm saying. So
Such a great
you-
movie.
their kids would be old enough that the next trilogy could spawn off from what had happened in some of these other movies and tie it in with Sydney and then now with her kids. That's just kind of a little bit my thought.
Before we move on, hold on. I think this is for GR. Then you were trying to get me to watch it last night. All right, the movie GR recommended to me. I try to get Selena to watch it.
Yeah,
Thank
we gotta
God
talk
I
about
didn't-
it. We gotta talk about it often because there's a reason. I
Yeah,
haven't
we're not
watched
gonna
it.
talk about it.
Ooh, okay. I'm curious to know what this movie
But
is.
before we continue, commercial break. Make sure you get the copy of
Oh,
The Year
yes,
Spent in
this-
Horror by
Yes.
Radar DeBoard. Pre-order your copies now. Make sure you have it at part of your collection. If you are a horror fiend,
And
you
here's
have this book part
Oh,
of your
you guys are
collection.
too nice.
Hey, Radar, who did the artwork for I know that you credited him
Yeah.
in the book, but you want to give him some shine right now? Because this
Yeah.
cover is awesome.
Awesome
bro.
cover.
Oh, her name's Gemma Amore.
Oh,
so
her
she's
name.
a,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said him. I'm
no,
sorry.
but Gemma Amore did the cover for it, and she's a writer out of the UK, and she's been nominated for a Bram Stoker, so she's like
Oh,
a big
nice.
name in
Nice,
the game.
nice.
So she's fantastic. Shout out to Tasha. Tasha did the editing,
nice.
and she,
Tasha's awesome.
which probably saved my ass because my grammar is atrocious. It's awful.
Is
so
it like your writing?
possibly even worse?
I just do want to say one thing. I know that people seem to find it hard to get back to reading because it involves sitting there and this whole entire story. The beauty of this book is that he picks one word. The camera's not doing great. He picks one word, and you get a paragraph on it. So you can sit there, read a couple of pages, put this book down, and not feel like you have to remember all this stuff. It's
Not just that, yeah. You don't have to commit to it. So
Right.
if you're waiting around, like let's say you go to the airport and your flight's delayed or whatever. Oh god, I could just read I could read like
Dude,
5
just a couple things.
to like 20, 40, 50 of these, and by the time you're done, you don't gotta worry about. Oh my god, but I'm to
Yes.
the best part. My flight's here, but no, just put it down. And
Yeah.
go on your flight.
It is, and that's like
No,
I
that's the what you call it, the micro stories. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah,
Microfiction? Micro what?
Microfictions.
Microfictions. Perfect. So that's what I love about this book. You don't gotta commit. You don't gotta commit to it. You got time? Fuck it. Let me read like 10, 20, 30 of these.
Yeah, that's it.
It's great. You don't get that
beautiful
often. You don't get
because
that.
yes, because you sit there and you want to read. You may want to read more pages. I'm not saying you can't read more pages. So let me be clear on that right now. What I'm trying to say is it's not like where you have to have this memory of everything that you've read in the story. It's all different little stories.
Yes.
So you can just pick this book up at any time
And they're
sit
different.
there and read,
Yeah.
and they're all different.
Some are gruesome, some are scary, some are funny,
Yeah.
some are
So
more
make
tongue
sure
in
to get it.
cheek. So yeah.
So my suggestion also is, if you're like most of us who look for quiet time while we're sitting on the porcelain throne, leave your phone out and bring this to the bathroom with you. It's more entertaining than what's on your phone.
Well, I would say buy 2 copies, one for your bedroom and one for your.
And yeah.
Because
Hey, I'll
once it's
take that.
flagged in the restroom, it's flagged for life, bro.
Actually, because and I'm gonna go to the writers first on this one, because I have to take a quick pee break. But our next little quick
Hold on, man.
topic.
Hold on, brother. Come on. I'll lead it. What we got?
Ooh.
What we
Hold
got?
on, I know.
I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you.
So the next topic that I want to talk about is that Clive Barker made an announcement that he's not doing conventions anymore. He wants
Oh
to
shit! I
focus
didn't know
on
that.
yeah. He
I have
wants.
his whole
Are you
excerpt.
being
So
a
I'll read his
smartass?
whole
Are you
excerpt
being a
if you guys
smartass?
want.
Or-
Oh, nice. Yeah, I
Oh,
got it.
okay.
Cool.
I have the whole
So-
excerpt.
He doesn't want to do conventions anymore. He wants to focus on his writing. And looking back, he's only done TV series, shorts, and video games.
I was gonna say, what is the last
Yeah.
thing? he's done?
Right. We
I'll read
haven't
his whole
had
excerpt when we
a
get to it.
we haven't had a Clive Barker written movie in a while. I'm
Oh, man.
the biggest fan of Nightbreed. I know he's done some other ones that are great. Nightbreed is my favorite Clive Barker.
David Cronenberg, right? Wasn't he in that movie?
David Cronenberg
Yeah,
was in that
He's
one.
the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I said it too because that motherfucker. He does great movies, but that man showed you that he can be fucking scary.
Joe,
Like he played a.
you should just pee right there, dude. Just do it.
Stop! Shut up for a minute.
Sit in the chair.
But
Bro, you gotta learn how to pee in a fucking bucket or a bottle or
See?
something, bro.
no,
Watch.
No, JR does all
I
the
just did.
time.
No, you're not. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm gonna go to the writers first, and while I'm doing this, Rick, you can moderate on this part while I'm running.
I got
So we'll
you.
go. We'll go to Radar first.
Oh wait, let me read the excerpt that he wrote.
Yeah, let
Yeah,
JR read
he's
first.
gonna
Yeah,
read it.
Oh, all right.
He wrote an
He came
excerpt to the
prepared.
fans. Yeah, I came
Yeah, Joe, go
prepared,
pee,
dude.
go pee, Joe. Go.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. So this is the excerpt that Radar. Jesus Christ.
I wrote it.
That he wrote. All right, my dear friends, for the last 40 years, almost 40 years, I've been visiting conventions in cities in Europe and America to talk with my supporters, signing books, movies, posters, Pinhead, aka the Hell Priest models, and countless precious keepsakes which you brought to me for me to sign. The most precious, the arms, legs, and other body parts that brave souls have asked me to sign to later be tattooed over with an honor. However, it's time to focus entirely on writing. I'm not stopping public events because I've lost delight in meeting you all over the years. I'm as passionate as ever about sharing my imagination with the readers and moviegoers around the world. In the very room where I'm writing these words, I have the manuscripts for a very large number of projects, 31 of them. Some very close to completion, others still telling themselves, which, as a writer, you always have a ton of stories are half written and never finished.
Yep.
All right, so there are some wild projects in this collection of works, whether close to finish or done. There are also stories that you all knew I would be finishing. Aberrat 4 and 5 are amongst the books at my feet. So is the third and final book of The Art, and the sequel to The Thief of Always. There are also return visits to characters and mythologies you may have thought I would never return. I hope I am still able to surprise you in the decades ahead. But if you don't see me at conventions, you'll keep seeing new Clive Barker books being published, as well as some movies and television adaptations. I feel strangely emotional writing these words, but I've got an enormous amount of work to do. So if you notice I'm less public than I've ever been the last 40 years, please know I will be there in every new book I publish, painting I exhibit, or film I produce. My love to you. I hope to see you over the next year, Clive.
Wow. That is a
Amazing.
lot.
You know what I like about that? That means he's putting all his energy into his writing now.
Yes.
He's not worried about projects or anything like as far as filmmaking. He's 1000% putting his efforts into his writing. I mean, can't be a bad thing, right?
No, I will.
Came in a
Joe
good
wants to jump in.
time, right?
Joe's
No, I'm
trying to
saying
say something, what, Joe?
I came at a good time. I didn't realize he was
Yeah.
still reading the whole excerpt.
No,
I
I got
read
it.
the
'Cause
whole
I wanted to
thing.
hear. I wanted to hear what
You
they
should
both
have
had
left
to
after
say.
he finished that.
Well, no, it
That's
turns out that
so
Adam
exciting.
turned off the living room, so the live stream wasn't playing in the living room for me to hear it while Jared was talking. So I missed that.
So you didn't carry your phone to the bathroom?
Rookie mistake.
Did you carry Radar's book to the bathroom?
So now we know what Joe does when he takes a.
I'm gonna keep
Radar,
Radar.
how's that make you
wait,
feel
I'm-
that
well, I'm
that
still-
your writing is being like absorbed while Joe's taking a dump?
Well, no,
I don't like the word absorb.
Hold
but...
on. First of all, the answer is no. I'm keeping Radar's book right next to the bed, next to me. So
Ooh. That's
I'm
sleep
not.
material.
I'm
right there.
not doing
on
it on the toilet. I'm gonna be having Radar's book right next to me in bed.
Well, so I gotta say, I feel for what he said, because I know Radar
Yeah.
could say the same thing. There are tons of stories you start writing, and for some reason, whether life happens, you put to the side, and then you start writing something else, and then life happens again, you put to the side, and then you start writing something else, and it's like almost repetition over and over again. And I know Radar could speak more of this because he's the published one out of us here, but I mean, honestly, how many stories do you have sitting waiting to be finished?
Oh, jeez. Oh, thank you, Lexi.
Lexi says,
Um,
congratulations, Radar, on his self-published book.
Woo.
Awesome.
Well, by the way, I'm just.
Is that pizza? I'm so hungry right now.
In what JR read, did it mention how he said that he loves the fans? And
Yeah.
that, okay, all right.
Yeah.
just wanna make
Yeah,
sure.
and I mean,
Yeah.
if I had to put a number, God, I have too many. It's the true amount of like just stories that like I either didn't finish or that like I wrote them early on and they're just shit, guys. They're fucking garbage. Oh my God. But I need to go back and like re-edit them and stuff so they're actually good. I just don't have time to do it. You know, with a job and life, just things happen. And I'm totally behind Clive on making this decision. That is a fantastic decision. Because the
Alright.
world needs more Clive.
It does. I mean, I literally before this, I looked up to see what was the last movie that he did, and it's been a while that you actually, because even though I want to say he was involved with the new Hellraiser, he wasn't part of the whole entire writing part. So he, like, again, I mean, we should find out what the anniversary when it comes out, but I know JR loves the movie as much. Nightbreed for me was one of his best ones. He has done some other ones that are great. And yes, Nightbreed, the one thing that if you're a comic book if you're a comic book fan, it makes you think of comic book characters. But it was just, you know, like the writing was great. He is such a good writer. And not just that, the dude made David Cronenberg seem so fucking scary. Because if you see David Cronenberg in real life, you wouldn't be scared of him.
Great character too.
But he
Yeah, great
wrote it
character.
so well. and Cronenberg delivered on it that it is literally one of horror's like scariest villains, and
That
very
mask too.
oh yes,
Oh man.
and if you guys have not stopped to watch that movie, definitely check it out. You're gonna love it. Whether if you're a comic book fan, you're especially gonna love it because you have powers but the horror part. And again, to make another horror writer excel as a horror antagonist, it just shows you how well Clive Barker can write. And Cronenberg signed on to do this. So he loved that. He's like, oh, so this is what I'm going to be in. All right, I'm on board. I mean,
Well, the fun thing about writing, though, and Raider can talk about this too, is when you're writing, and Rick could talk about this too, because when you're writing a screenplay, you're envisioning how you're gonna direct it, how you're gonna film it. When you're writing a story, your mind is so wide open because you're not restricting yourself to what it's gonna look like on camera, what's gonna look like behind the scenes.
Yep.
You're focused on the characters even more.
Yep.
And I think that's the beauty of writing. And I'm currently working on a short story because Angel has Voice from the Mausoleum has a book coming out, anthology about werewolves, and I've never written anything about werewolves in my life. So I've never. This is my
You writing
first.
something for her?
I am writing something for her. I'm currently working on it. I have.
You gotta get
till-
that in,
Speaking
man.
of that,
Oh yeah,
speaking of
no,
that, wait,
April 1st.
Tasha says,
Yeah.
I would just like to
wait, do
brag for a
you have
second.
do you have to be a
Ooh.
writer
Yeah,
to?
this motherfucker
No, you don't have
just
to be
coming
right. You just
out.
gotta submit something by April
2 out of
1st.
the 4 people. Go
First.
Tasha.
As far as werewolf?
Anyway, all right, Joe. This
Yeah,
is a
she
comment on the
Rick.
screen, guys. If you guys don't notice, all right,
Yeah, she
I'll
edited
take it out. I'll
Radar.
take it out.
Ah.
Rick. She edited Maternal Winter.
All right.
Oh,
I would
okay.
just like to brag for a second about having edited for 2 of the 4 people up. Where is Maternal Winter, GR? Come on, man, bro.
Where it at?
I say the best thing, GR, in my opinion, that he's written that I read, and it's in eternal limbo right now, man. Come on.
It's done. I just gotta figure out where I'm.
You
gonna
guys
focus.
are
writing,
the
writing.
best.
I know, but writing
No,
is
you,
really,
Tasha.
No, he.
writing is hard though because you
Oh,
start
yeah,
doing
absolutely, it's
something,
hard.
Oh,
and
it's
then
very hard.
life gets in the way. Like I've talked to you. Like on my
Hold on,
computer
guys,
right
hold on.
now.
Let me just finish these comments. Hold on.
Oh,
Agreed, Tasha. Tasha, we miss you, Alexi. And there's the last one here. You two. All right.
all right.
Like I'm not writers like you got like these two, but I can tell you right, even on my own computer, I've got about 3 different books that I've started to write. I also have that in me. I go when I lay down at night in my head, I actually still have
Damn.
a story that I've been putting together. That's how I fall asleep is putting together this book or movie, because everybody writes a book and you hope that it turns into a movie. But I the writing part, and you guys are obviously Radar is the published one in the group here.
Not piping
you
me
know-
up, guys. I'm just
Well,
kidding.
no, I'm saying, but and
He's
Jr.
right, though, he's right.
He's right, but and then you got Jr. Rick and I are kind of not where you two are. So, but
We're
like,
just a couple schmoes.
well, no, like I said, I have
No,
stuff
I
You're
got
not
you.
but
schmoes, you're bros.
Oh, my man.
it's hard to get back to when you start writing something because you start typing something and you're in this flow, and then something happens, you stop,
Oh,
and
man.
next thing you know, it's 2 weeks later.
It's
You've
a
been
spark.
sitting there in your head
Yeah.
thinking all these stuff that you want to do, and then you sit down for a moment, you start typing, and then all of a sudden you're like, hello, and you're like, fuck. So
It's a spark, and people
But,
think you can just sit down and write, and you can't. It's
You really can't.
you have to have that day to be like, all right, I feel it now. Let me jump on it.
so for
and-
Clive, I'm sorry.
Nah,
It's
but-
funny
but-
how, like, when we first started this stream, Joe was like, come on, guys, let's keep this moving. But now Joe's almost like,
Yeah, he's like, come on, guys, you guys.
he
are talking-
forgot he's a moderator. What's going on? Where we left off here? What's going on?
No, we're still talking about the writing
I'm
aspect
following-
of
we're
Clive
having a
Barker.
conversation.
Like Bart?
Yeah, exactly. We were having a conversation earlier, too, but Joe was like, all right, come on, let's keep it moving.
Well, no, because we still have one more topic.
No, you know what it is?
and it's
You
almost
know what
10
it is?
o'clock. And
Joe's feeling nice now. As,
We're all
as
feeling
compared
no,
to when
no.
we started.
No. It's almost 10 o'clock. I have
We
one
got
last topic for us.
Alright, I'm fucking with you guys.
Yeah,
No,
but
Nick.
I'm putting pressure on you because when you're the moderator, you gotta be able to handle all this. You know what I'm saying? I get it
I
all
am.
the time from y'all guys. So.
I am handling it, motherfucker.
Oh shit!
There
I'm,
is-
I'm enjoying. I'm
See his face?
enjoying. I am
When he,
enjoying
when,
the
he, when,
conversation.
when he talks with half his mouth grinning like that, that means
It's like
he's-
watching, like, you ever see
Feeling
that
good.
Batman with Two-Face? Like, he's like
Two-Face?
on side, he's like those like common shit.
Listen, it's been a conversation. I've been trying to rail us in, and out of all people to rail us in, it's me. I'm like the last person.
That's saying something. You're right.
I know.
Oh, that's
me and Mayweather are just trying to get talking points in, man.
All right,
I
Joe.
know.
Ready
and
for this,
Rick,
Joe? This
Rick
is for you, Joe.
interrupted, by the way. I
This is
just
for you.
wanted
Ready?
to clarify that Rick was the one that
Joe said
interrupted.
last point. Ready?
No.
Let's go,
We're
Joe.
not.
Come on. Last point,
weren't-
brother. Come on.
We weren't done. I'm
What do you
saying.
Yeah, radar didn't finish.
Yeah.
gotta-
oh, what? Where the fuck was I? Oh, but I mean, Clive
Alright,
Barker.
Y'all gotta get me fucking drunk as fuck. Cause the longer I say it, the more I'm
There you
drinking.
go.
Stop
get
talking.
man.
Let him
Come
finish.
So Clive Barker, man, his stuff is so original. Like what he writes, he's such a good. He describes stuff so well and so visceral in his books. And there's plenty of fantastic indie authors out there who are doing original stuff. So like, definitely anyone watching, go check them out too. Just like, go search for a day because there are some fantastic stuff out there. But like, I feel like maybe me. but there's a bunch out there who do fantastic stuff. But Clive, I feel, is a little bit sorely missed, just because I would always love more of his content because it's so interesting and original, and he always has this sort of nice cosmic horror element that
Yes.
seeps its way in there.
He's got like that dark fantasy vibe to all his
Yeah,
stuff.
and
man.
like I love that, having that with writers, like more modern writers, because I can feel like I'm reading Lovecraft, but no, I'm not going to find something overtly racist hiding on the next page. I can feel good about reading something, with that cosmic horror element. And Clive always ends his stuff. I don't think he really ever has like a truly happy ending to his stuff, maybe melancholy in some aspects.
Nightbreed
Or maybe
was
not-
Happy ending.
What?
Nightbreed was happy ending.
Let me
I
ask you
guess
guys. You guys are
But-
more Clive
Rick-
Barker
Rick is
aficionados,
taking
right?
over again.
No.
Oh,
Because Radar's talking, so maybe Radar can elaborate. Other than Nightbreed, obviously, and Hellraiser, what other works has Clive Barker done as far as in the medium that was turned into films? That
Lords of Illusion.
Lord
Yeah,
of
Lords of
Illusions,
Great
good
film.
shout, good
Great
shout,
film.
yes, good shout.
Midnight Meat Train.
Midnight
He
Meat
did
Train.
Midnight Meat
That was
Train?
the last one.
No
That was the
way.
last one. Midnight Meat Train.
You
From what I looked,
Oh,
is his
yeah,
last
dude.
one. Everything
way,
else
I
has
didn't know
been
that.
games.
Great
Yeah,
film.
dude.
that is a
Midnight
good.
Meat
I
Train.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
So
brother.
that way I can take back over from Rick. But
Lord of Illusion's done the rating. I'm sorry. That's a great
Lord of
freaking
Illusions
film.
is fucking
That's a great
awesome.
movie.
Film.
It's a great
That-
film.
That's what I'm saying. What I like is that the way he did it was, hey guys, I'm gonna stop doing conventions. I need to focus.
But we're grooving to the music.
Go.
Yeah, talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think
But
you mean
what I
names
liked,
of people.
what I liked is that he told everybody, "Hey, I need to stop doing this. I want to focus on my writing." What he doesn't realize, we're all like, "Dude, go.
Go do
We're,
it.
we're glad we saw you, but please give us some more of your writing, because like Lords of Illusion, totally. Like if people have not seen that movie, it's an awesome movie. And actually, I'll look up
Yeah.
real quick while JR is reading, because JR is gonna like my last one. I know JR is gonna be like a dick about it.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, if you need to like quit doing conventions to go write another Lords of Illusion, another Hellraiser, another Midnight Meat Train, absolutely.
Well,
Yeah,
and the thing is, he the best part is that he apologized
I like
to
that.
his
Yeah,
fans
Yeah,
that
it's
I'm not
great.
doing this anymore because I would like to go. And then, like for me, like I said, I'm looking real quick. So, yeah, Midnight Meat Train.
I didn't
was
know that.
pretty
I did
much,
not
uh,
know that.
yep.
2009, right, or something like that. Or
That is 2008. You're pretty close.
dang, wow, yeah. I mean,
He was involved with the other Hellraiser movies, but not as much as a
But
writer.
after
Just kind of
part
involved.
one, he just he wasn't
Yeah.
like yeah.
No, but I again, it's kind of he's just saying, hey, I want to get back to what I like to do. I love my fans. Thank you. I just want to write, and I'm all for it.
That's
like,
cool.
Dude,
That's
write
cool,
it,
yeah.
write it, because I want to see your horror.
Listen, if somebody, let's say I was let's say if Clive Barker was my George Romero, right, and he was to tell me, you're not gonna get to see me at conventions because I'm gonna be writing another story. Yes, go. I'd rather have another work of art out there than me just meeting you at a convention. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I applaud him for that. Oh, we got 5 new comments. Who the fuck is this?
Oh, go ahead.
All right, ready?
Uh-oh.
Wait, I think it's this one. All right. I am so proud of you, Three Corners. Congratulations on 1,000 subs. The Fourth Corner loves you guys. Thank
We
you,
love
Lexi.
you,
Hey,
Lexi.
man.
Man,
You're
what
part of
a-
that too, so don't forget that, Lexi. Thank you. Only three
whips.
whips, Joe. Bump up
Rookie
those rookie numbers, Joe. Bump them up, Joe.
Wait, what you talking
Oh,
about?
he doesn't know what that is. Guys,
Your work in progress.
Yes.
Whips.
as they go. Yeah.
You're right. Your work in
Yeah,
progress.
writing,
That's what
writing.
you're writing.
No, I know.
It's got to be 3 times 3 times 3, baby.
It's just sitting down and doing it.
I love Joe's sass here that word. Oh, Lexi's working, so your sass is.
Well, I give Sass at work.
Ricky
can't-
Grimes,
oh,
leave
damn.
Joe alone. Oh my god. So let me tell you,
Thank you.
Selena loves Joe the psychologist. So if you say anything negative towards Joe, she's gonna kick your ass.
Kick your ass.
Oh, Selena, your comments are shown up twice, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that, but
Maybe she's having a shot herself. All right. I'm gonna give one last one. Well, actually, we do have 2 more. I don't know if you guys want to sit
Let's
around.
go.
A
We're
little
having
longer.
fun, man. Come on, we're
All right,
having fun.
all right.
We haven't
So,
done this in a while. Just keep going.
Listen, if JR's
The-
nice, keep it going. But we don't get this
Yeah,
off.
All right.
JR still on the bus.
I will
Matter
say,
of fact,
I will say I did pour my
Oh,
drink a little bit.
Oh, they're empty. They're empty.
Oh,
no,
they're
I
empty.
go
Okay.
get more.
All right.
I thought he had
All
3 more to go. I was like, wait a minute, hold
How
on.
much you got? How much you got,
Rick,
Rick?
you got any more, Rick?
I have,
Take a little-
dude, I got a
Let me
whole
see how much
bottle.
you
I
got.
got a
Come on,
brand new
come on.
bottle.
Pour it
Okay,
up, pour it
then
up.
let me go get
Pour it
more.
up while I'm talking on this. Oh, you gotta go.
Radar, you gotta fill the glass up or something, dude.
Oh, I don't
No,
have any.
Radar, I was like, I did one.
I'll be back. Let me go
Hold
get
on.
more.
Oh, for now.
Are you gonna go ahead? Radar, go get another one.
Oh, okay. Let me. What? How do I mute it?
Oh my god, everybody's leaving and they're leaving me alone. Well, this is gonna be awkward. All right. So since I'm alone live, I gotta say I love my brothers. This has been a lot of fun. I really, honestly, do love that you guys are checking out the movies that fucked me up. It's a great tour through these horrible movies that cinema has released, and I can admit that I'm one of these sick motherfuckers that loves to watch these movies. I really can't believe they left me alone here. I don't know how much time I can fill in alone on a live stream. Did you guys plan something here? Because I heard somebody laughing. Radar, you're not muted.
Oh shit!
Was this
I
a
forgot.
plan?
That's what Oops.
That was funny.
Like-
he didn't mute
Oh
himself.
man,
Uh,
like a scrub. Oh
Like
jeez.
literally, when I heard somebody laugh, I'm like, I feel like I just got tricked here.
Oh
You
man,
missed that, Rick.
rookie mistake.
Rick,
I got you. Yeah. Thank you.
You
Thank
seen
you.
that, yo?
Did everybody leave for something for
So
real?
we all left for a second.
No, I had to pour a shot, but I didn't want to be all over the place.
Were you listening?
No, yeah, I was listening.
Okay. So I literally got left alone here.
Joe, you can handle that. Come on, you're Joe the
Come on.
psychologist.
I
motherfucker.
did. I know, but then if I get left alone, you don't ever know how.
Uh-oh. It gets
Oh,
JR.
we
JR, all right,
go,
JR,
huh?
take that shot. Let me see it. Now, when you take the shot, JR, this is what I want to see. Open the cap, but don't. I want you to go like this. Look. I want to see it
Oh, he
enter in
wants
your mouth.
to be pouring in.
Because I want to make sure it's not empty.
He wants-
I want
he
to make
wants-
sure
yeah,
it's
he
good.
wants-
It's not empty. It's not
He
empty.
wants to
Let's
make
see,
sure you're
let's
not
see.
taking a sip.
Oh, my man. Oh, shit.
Man. Oh dang.
All right, GR. You know what, GR? Honestly, I didn't mean for you to drink the whole thing, but, bro, you manned up. I'm never going to talk shit about you again, bro.
There you go.
About manning up. What's that? What you drinking there?
That's his
This?
beer. Dude,
That's
he has
beer?
3 different beers.
Wait, he got beer too?
He got 3 different types. He didn't
Oh.
even.
Dude,
they're
JR,
they're
hold
all
on.
6. They're what was it, JR?
Hold on.
6 point what?
6.0.
What?
Yeah, I know.
These are good.
I'm
Alright,
4.6
I'm gonna say,
tonight, and he's
I'm gonna talk to these
6.0.
people because
Hold on,
they're-
Radar. We just went into a time machine like 15 years back because JR has a track like this.
This
So,
is,
we're celebrating 1K, baby.
hopefully he picks this up. This is Guy Fieri's Flavor Town.
You know what?
Oh,
We
there
could
you
use
go.
that. Send it to me. Is that fruity? What is that?
This one is
it's-
Tropical
They don't
Punch.
like fruity.
Oh, it's not an IPA.
No,
It's,
No,
it's
no,
not. But,
it's like
but the
juice.
thing is,
All right, now I'm out. I'm out. I
no, you know what? Let me see. I'll tell you in a minute. Hold on.
It's like a
No,
mixed drink.
But is it a? Oh no, I can't do that. I can't.
Is it more like
No.
a seltzer?
It's more like a seltzer
I
type,
need my
Seltzer.
beer.
Is it seltzer? type?
but it's 6.0.
Yeah, shot,
All
Joe?
about
Yeah,
the
shot,
beer.
Joe?
I got
Then I had
Ooh,
this
here
one
we go.
before.
Oh, look at Radar. God, hold on.
Oh,
I never
Radar
thought
got
I have a
shot.
shot with
Yeah.
Radar.
Oh,
Hold on.
Radar.
What you
Yeah,
got, Radar? What is
just-
that? Vodka?
Coconut rum. So
Oh, I got rum
Oh.
too, brother. All
I
right.
ran out of vodka the other day. So
Yeah, you're
Alright,
you're like
so-
a vodka drinker, right?
Damn it!
Horror
Like,
in a
shut
horror.
up.
4 horses in a
Messing with
horror.
you.
But GR took another one?
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
all
man.
right.
Come on.
Fuck
You
it,
had
Gio.
the shot. I don't want
The
to.
shot, the last shot for the last 2
Yeah.
tops.
this is- all
Last 2
right.
topics. Were
ooh,
Salute.
4
Cheers.
horsemen ride.
the horsemen are driving Neva. A metal steeds they ride. They come to take your life. Alright.
All right, Joe.
All right.
Tag. Joe, Twain. When I raised my hand, Joe's like, "What?"
I love that you raised your hand because that.
It's just
I-
the
I-
days-
I-
My hand was like this, and you were like in mid conversation. You did what?
well, I know, but I realized what you were doing.
All right,
It
this. All right,
All right,
now that listen,
so-
we're toasty. Even
Oh, yeah, we're
Radar.
gonna see.
No,
No.
I'm more surprised with JR. Honestly, this
glad-
dude's never
I'm
ending
glad-
right now.
well, no, because he makes us look like the alcohols.
I know.
He's like, I'm drinking coffee.
What you don't
Oh,
know,
dude,
Radar,
coffee.
and everyone
Coffee's
else. JR was a banger back in the day, bro.
Yeah,
This is the guy. This dude. Yeah, we'll get into that.
yeah. I can give you a story on that. Anyway, so
No, yeah, let's go.
the other part, and this is why I'm gonna say this is more of a bochinche or a gossip, is that Doug Bradley supposedly said
He
he
did
will
say.
come back.
No,
as
it's not
Pinhead.
supposedly. It's not
He
about.
did.
Well,
say-
no, well, he said there's never play like he has.
No, I have the whole quote for you. I'm
All
ready.
right, you can play the quote because
Ooh.
it sounded like he just tiptoed around.
Mm-mm.
Because so the only thing I will say, which is what changes it, is that for him, he would like to see it intrigued him to play an older
Yes.
Pinhead. So that's there's a difference in that because that means that yes, because when he played Pinhead originally, he was in his 30s. The guy's in his 60s. I mean, so
70.
obviously.
He did
70s.
He did 8
70.
films.
That's what I'm saying.
Hellraiser
So-
films. Yeah.
So like he obviously is gonna look older. So unless we're gonna do the whole fuck that CGI shit,
Bro, he's wearing makeup. It doesn't matter how old he is. He
you-
look the
you-
same.
It doesn't matter if you put makeup.
Bro,
Listen,
have-
you could.
JR, you watch wrestling. Sting. How old is Sting?
He's 60, man.
He looks the same. He looked like
He
fucking
does.
25 years
all right.
ago.
Just a slight
Anyways.
thin hairline. That's about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, the thin hairline. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you still cannot hide.
No,
But-
makeup you can hide that shit.
So with he said there was he never said he would never not do it again, and he's actually would like to play it. Rick and I reviewed the new Hellraiser, which did not star him, and I cannot remember the name of the actress because they went with a female.
We
While
reviewed
While,
that one.
while I'm talking about this, you guys can look it up. But
You want me to
anyway,
read the
don't
quote?
care.
You want me to read the whole quote?
well, hold up. Anyway,
Well,
not there yet. So, would you guys like to see a new Hellraiser and with Doug Bradley back as Hellraiser? And since Jared has the quote, Jamie Clayton, thank you.
Thank you, Rito. Yeah, Jamie Clayton. Yeah,
Well, I didn't get the last name. I had Jamie in my head. I just couldn't remember the last name. But since JR has the quote, like, would you guys like to see Doug Bradley back as Pinhead on Hellraiser? JR.
Before I read that quote, Tasha has something to say to you.
I got it. I got you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Trouble again.
Cheers, guys. I had to go to bed, but you absolutely kill it, and I'm glad to have you in my circle. Even Joe.
So, Tasha, so here's my thing, Tasha. The problem is that you send hurricanes to Florida when we're gonna record. If you can please, when we schedule it, not schedule a hurricane to swing by that day, it would be great.
Listen,
And then I can join you.
I know Joe. So what Joe says is 1000% from the heart. If he's being sarcastic, Joe always starts off with, "Listen."
It's true though.
Sweet
Seriously.
Sweet dreams, Tasha.
Tasha has sent
Good night, Tasha.
hurricanes-
Thank
Good
you.
night,
Thank,
Tasha.
thank you for stopping
Tasha
by.
has sent hurricanes to Florida.
I know.
All right,
JR, go
let
ahead.
me read the quote.
Yeah, JR, do it
this
up,
is
JR.
straight out from Doug Bradley. I certainly never said never. I've never said I was done with it. I've never said I'm retired from it. I'm sensible about these things too. I was in my mid-30s when I first played the character, and I was just turning 50 when I played it the last time. I am in that age range anymore. I am now in my 70th year, and to some extent, I think special effects makeup is a younger man's game. If we did that, we could maybe present older Pinhead to be aware of the fact that I am that
Awesome.
age I am.
Awesome.
That time in Gravity does what time and Gravity does. An older, darker Pinhead would intrigue me. One not so much in love with the flippant one-liners and the witty comebacks and so forth. As far as I'm concerned, I would love to have him back. What they should have did was, if you're gonna make a remake, they should have had him come back, play the Pinhead character, have him killed off by the next person taking over his
Pinhead.
place.
Yes.
That's what they should have did.
Shut up.
We did actually review we reviewed it together. The
thought
new,
you-
no,
Nah,
we
that
did.
was me and Joe.
No,
You
really?
weren't
Oh, no,
there.
no.
Nah,
I
you
did.
weren't
I
there.
don't know.
I was.
No, hold on.
Another
Yeah.
that was.
No. I did watch it though, and it sucked.
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah.
I know.
it's
But that's
all
what
over.
in the review.
Night, Tasha.
In the review, it was just me and Ray.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but no, I did watch it, and I did not like it because I'm sorry. If you're not gonna have a minute, you should have a minute, had them killed off, and then that person take
Pass
over.
the torch.
Yeah,
Because
you're right.
the
But
way the film was done,
I wouldn't blame it on
lazy.
the new Pinhead.
No, the new Pinhead, she did good for
she
her
was fine,
role.
but it's
Yeah.
the storyline was.
The story
trash,
was
yeah.
terrible. The story
Oh.
was terrible. It felt rushed.
was-
There was
Oh,
no
Raider
end to
liked it. Raider likes it. Look.
Oh,
Hold
I like the new Hellraiser.
There was
All right.
there was
All for that. All
well,
for that
so
tag.
there was a controversy with Jamie Layton
Heavy.
being
Yeah.
cast as.
Yeah,
The
those are
female,
bigots.
but
Those are
who
bigots.
cares?
I don't
Yeah.
give them.
I know, but the thing is, anytime people on social media put things negatively,
But
it affects movies.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Here was the problem: is we all remember Pinhead for the brutality of what he did, and when they did the new one, it felt watered down.
Mhm.
Some of the
Yeah.
scenes could have been more intense. It could have gone to the way Pinhead was, but it felt like they avoided it because there was that one scene when sends a chain. I'm fucking slurring and shit.
Finally, it's not
but-
me and you, Rick.
It's
Yeah, I know.
slowed down, and we didn't need that slowdown effect to it because what we remember most about Hellraiser was the kills and how these people were freaking tortured, for the flesh. But yeah, for me, that was the big problem with the remake. And if they would have handed it down, did it correctly, that film would have been better.
Actually, that JR, literally, that's a great way it should have been done.
Mhm.
Even Jamie could have taken over at that point, but having the torch pass would have been a great way.
Oh yeah.
Radar, I'm going to you.
I'm happy to see him back. Like I said, I mean, Jamie did a great job in the role. And unlike the rest of you, I don't have too much of a problem with the story, but I think I like it because the other stuff they added, like with the
To be
lament
fair, Radar,
configuration changing.
I didn't
and
hate
stuff.
the film, but
We
I
didn't hate
think-
it. We
no, we
didn't
didn't
hate
hate it, but
We
it
didn't
just
hate
it
it.
had issues for us, though.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fair. And I
Like,
mean,
no.
Even though I say I like it, it's up there with like the third one. So it's like, did this
Yes,
need to
yeah.
exist? Absolutely not. But it's here, and that's fine. I like Hellraiser, but yeah. So I mean, I really did kind of miss Doug Bradley too. He's just he is the character. He plays it so well, and it would such an interesting concept to have him come back and be like darker and more vengeful. Because like in the first and second one, Pinhead and the Cenobites are very neutral. You know?
Yes.
Are they
yes.
villains, Radar?
Always, always.
Are they villains, Radar?
Nope.
No, Radar. Are they villains?
Oh man, I
See,
wouldn't say they're
I'm with
villains.
Joe.
I wouldn't
I'm
say
with
they're
Joe.
villains.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I'm
No,
sorry.
no,
I literally-
it's okay.
No, they're different. 'Cause,
I
like,
heard the question and I
that's the
answered it,
radar.
and then you went radar, and I'm like, oh shit.
No, but I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't think
they're
they're
not villains.
villains.
No.
I don't think so.
No, you
How about-
asked
And that's how
for
Clive
it.
Barker wrote them too. is
GR,
to
what do you
not
think?
be villains.
No? Yes or no?
No, they're not villains.
Okay,
They're the
yeah.
product of
Yeah.
what they are.
Yeah.
They're,
No, but you.
As you're
the whole-
pain.
The whole
Yeah.
point is
You want
that
pain?
you
I'm gonna
asked,
give you pain.
you asked for it, and we're here to give you what you asked for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They never were the villains. Unfortunately, what is the villain part is that what you asked for is a little bit all fucking kind of twisted, and your flesh might be ripped off of you, but you didn't realize that what you asked for was going to be so grotesque. So honestly, with the Hellraiser, the whole entire series, the Cenobites were never the villains. They were the ones that were called upon to deliver whatever that person was longing for.
Well,
Right. Oh.
in the later movies, that's debatable, but we don't need to talk about those. Those don't exist.
Yeah, no, they're not that great.
They're not. But yeah, they were never the villains. So it'd be kind of nice to see like not Pinhead as a villain, but sort of lead more as an antagonist, kind of. You know, a little bit darker. He takes more pleasure in the torture that comes from
What he's been doing.
people. Yeah, it's like clear to see.
Like it wasn't what he was called for. Now he's actually taking pleasure.
Yeah, you know, that would be cool to see for sure. And just it's so easy, I feel like, to write cool lines for Doug Bradley because the way he says it.
Yes.
Oh man. Like, and if any of the lines from the original Hellraiser was said by probably anyone else, they just wouldn't be as impactful.
Delivered not the right way.
Oh no. Oh. So to hear that again, that'd be fantastic.
All right. Rick?
I want to see him back. Why not? The thing with what we need to understand is because I read some of this too, what he was talking about, and with Doug Bradley, there was a novel that was a continuation of the original Hellraiser book that was originally written before, the novella. It's called The Scarlet Gospels, which deals with a lot of Christian theology, which the first film didn't really touch at all.
Because horror movies, if you do that, it pigeonholes you,
Yeah,
or it turns
but-
people
Yeah.
away.
That's okay
So
because
if you don't,
horror is supposed to make you feel something, whether it's
It is.
uncomfortable or whatever.
Hold on.
That's what
Could you define pigeonhole?
That means when you're
I'm just.
Fuck
That's
that.
what you-
it means when you come in as the one that's going to beat down on the movie,
I'm just saying.
and you
for those
stay
who
as the
haven't
one that
heard
beats down on the
pigeonhole-
movie.
Am I missing an inside joke or something?
No, I'm just first time I
just-
heard it, so I just want to make sure.
No, it's
that-
Never
not.
heard
Stop
pigeonhole?
lying.
Pigeonhole. I never heard.
He never stopped
before.
lying.
You never
No,
heard pigeonhole?
Hold on,
Never
hold
heard
on, hold on.
pigeonhole,
Wait,
bro.
because we're gonna move on. I'm gonna say my part. Pigeonhole means so if an actor does one role and they're really good at that role, then everybody else hires them for that role. They're
Like
now
The Rock.
pigeonholed.
Like The Rock.
The Rock.
The Rock.
They're now
Good example.
pigeonholed
The best
into.
example.
They're now pigeonholed into that role because they can't do anything.
That's
else.
like Adam Sandler, for example, right?
Ben
He was
Stiller,
pigeonholed.
all of them.
And but he was pigeonholed into comedy forever until
Yes.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut
Yeah.
Gems.
And people
Uncut
are like,
Gems showed
"Holy
him.
shit, this dude could act," you know? So yeah.
Yes. So that's
Yeah.
what pigeonhole means. That means like we're like this is what, and a lot of actors in some of their most famous roles don't want to be pigeonholed into being hired into their other roles for that one good role.
Yeah.
So they take other roles to go against that, to not be
Until
pigeonholed.
those films flop, and then they go right back to what made them.
Oh,
flop.
then you gotta do
Right.
that.
So
That
Horror
happens.
Fiends.
You gotta do that
Tomorrow's
too.
word of the day is pigeonhole. Make sure you use
Shit,
it.
you got me with that. But no,
Right,
I'll end it with Bradley. You know, Doug Bradley. He's been in the game for a while. He did 8 of these films, and if he wants to come back as an older Pinhead and reflect the age of this character, I'm all for it. You know,
You have to
as,
give him
as
the
long
right
as
voice.
Clive Barker is involved in it, and if it does factor into that other novella that he wrote, you know, the Scarlet Gospels, dude, yeah, because apart from part 1, they got away from the source material with each individual Hellraiser film that came after it. So
If you want to continue the franchise in the proper way, you give him the send off he needs.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
well,
say
and there's a comic series too. There's a comic of the Hellraiser like series and stuff, and eventually in it, Kirsty becomes the Hell Priestess and takes over Pinhead's position. So I mean, you could do that.
Yeah,
you can do
there's
that.
a lot of ways you can go. Joe.
All right, so the last thing I have to talk about before we sign off. It's rumored, even though they're talking to them, I Know What You Did Last Summer is getting a reboot sequel.
What the
Before
hell?
you go on, you want to know a secret?
What?
I've never seen any of those movies.
All right, so the first one. All right, so the first
never
one.
Never had interest.
All right, so the first one, I actually.
Wait, is that the one with Jennifer Love Hewitt had the big titties saying?
Yeah.
I did see that one. Okay.
So I did like the first
I loved her titties back in the day, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. No shame in my game, bro. Come on, you know those.
They were
spectacular.
They did look great.
But part two.
So all right, part 2. You only watch that. I'm sorry that I'm going to say this right. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this right now.
Hold on, real quick. Good night, guys. Sasha's leaving.
Good night, Tasha.
Good night, Tasha. Thank you for coming. And JR, that's my kind of drink. Oh yeah, she loves the sweet stuff. And Lexi, watch the Exorcist series. Oh, that's for Joe. All right.
That's for you too, Rick.
Barties, man. Next time she comes down, Barties.
That Lexi, we had a side convo about the Exorcist series. Yeah, she was hyping it up. So, I'm sorry. Go for it, Joe.
Shit, I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about
Yeah, you're talking about.
You were gonna say something. You were
I know what you did last summer. I know what you did last summer.
All right, so I liked the original one. Oh, I remember now. I hated the sequel for 2 reasons. I watched the sequel, so I'm sorry that I say this, Brandy Norwood. I wanted to see Brandy die. I didn't know why she was cast in this movie. And the worst part is that she survived it. So when she popped up out of nowhere, you're like,
she's a singer, Brandy.
Brandy.
Oh, Brandy. You said her last name too. That's why.
Well, in the movie, she's cast as Brandy Norwood.
Right, I didn't know her last
Brandy,
name.
the singer, like you want to see her, and then Jack Black's character playing a rock.
Who's the guy from Dawson's Creek that ate the Pop Rocks and had the? I didn't like that guy at all. Who was that guy?
Joshua Jackson.
Yeah, what happened to him? I'm glad he faded.
Different movie. Stop straying.
Wait, that wasn't a different. That was it? Oh, Urban Legend.
It was an Urban Legend.
My bad. You know what? I'm too nice. I'm gonna go take a walk.
So I'm trying to control it right now.
I don't want to cut you off no more. I'm sorry, brother. Go.
But so the sequel was not all that great. I was not a fan of the sequel at all. I mean,
the third one's atrocious.
Oh god.
I just. Yeah.
Finish that one.
Probably that bad. Yeah.
It's terrible. But the thing with the sequel, Jack Black's character was horrible. It fucked it all up. But supposedly they are in talks with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. to return for the next one. Like I said, I liked the first one. It came after Scream, is the whole thing. So some people. You had Scream, and then you had this one. So I'm trying to think of a good comparison.
There's no comparison.
There's got to be. But I'm just trying to say, Scream was so good that when I Know What You Did Last Summer came out, it was pretty much a little bit overshadowed. It actually...
All right,
it's like it's the Prestige and the Illusionist.
Well, more like it when the Blair Witch came out, and then Paranormal Activity came out a little bit afterwards. People forget how good Paranormal Activity was because they compared it to the Blair Witch as far as the found footage, the rise of the found footage. But it was overshadowed by the Blair Witch. I Know What You Did Last Summer. The first one was good, but it was overshadowed by the fact that Scream was around.
It did. I mean, and the thing is, Kevin Williamson wrote I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, so he did both.
That's
good for him.
He did both. So now they're talking about doing a reboot sequel with they're talking to Freddie Prinze and Jennifer Love Hewitt to come back. I watched 911, and Jennifer Love Hewitt's in it, and
What?
yeah, there's a show called 911. Jennifer Love Hewitt is in it, and she was also in Party of Five. Listen, Jennifer is going through what we all go through, is that we get older and we start looking a little different, so we don't look the same that we did. So for me, it would be really hard to see
Gotta look this up.
Jennifer like reprise this role
So
more in a
plastic
horror.
surgery.
No,
Sorry,
she actually
I loved her, but
she still looks good.
She
But-
does
Well, like
look
she did
older, but she's
before.
fine. She's fine.
yeah.
She is, but that's not like, so for me, I actually, again, the sequel sucked, but the first one, it's so overshadowed by Scream that it hurt the movie. Like, you had Sarah Michelle Gellar. I fucking love Sarah Michelle Gellar. And hello, Buffy. Angel, I didn't forget. We're still doing that.
Oh, she'll remind you.
Oh, no, I know
mentioned
she
it.
will. I know she will.
She
But-
mentioned it in the live stream.
No, we're still gonna do it. Hey, anyways, but I'm partially looking forward to it because I do like the original movie. Unfortunately, it's so marred by the sequel, and that when people watch a franchise and then you have the next part and it's horrible, like I said, the word I use, it's marred. It like, people are turned off, they don't want to see it. So I'm kind of partially like happy and looking forward to it, but at the same time scared for an I Know What You Did Last Summer continuation. So Radar, have you seen I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Like all of them, or
The first one.
How many are there?
there are
many.
3.
Too many.
Three. There's actually
Too many.
three.
Three?
I'm gonna go
3.
2, but there's 3.
Three
Yeah,
many.
we got to talk about the third one. We don't have to talk about it, but it is a thing that exists.
You're
So
gone.
terrible.
And the
What I
the
missed?
first one is solid. Sarah Michelle Gellar's character, though, was like the best part of the first one for me. So
It
it's like, well, sure, you're having, Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt come back, but I didn't give a shit about their characters.
Oh, so you're not a fan. All right.
I'm not
And
necessarily
that-
a fan.
No. And that's why we do this.
I think Joe's the only one I know that really, really is into this.
I am.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
And no,
Trust me, I have plenty of stuff I like.
I knew leaving this one for the last one, I was lone man standing on this. I knew that
So
already.
I missed it. Are they making another one? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they are.
It's
Yeah,
a
make it a new
reboot
one.
sequel to the first
Reboot.
one.
So,
So I'm hoping that they're just going
requel?
to
wait, hold on.
re-
They're gonna
reboot-
reboot the
reboot-
sequel.
reboot sequel, which is what they did for Scream.
Requel. They're gonna requel it.
Requel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Requel. I'm sorry, I didn't use the Gen Z term.
See, the problem is the way they,
And Radar just reacted to that.
all right, the way they even describe the movie kind of pisses you off. The real point of I Know What You Did Last Summer movies, this is what the director insisted, was about beautiful people behaving badly, and that there is a lot of that in this film. Like, who gives a fuck
Isn't that
about
what
beautiful-
all the horror
What?
movies are generally?
Bodies,
about?
bodies. That's all I gotta say about that.
Bodies. Oh my god, they were all beautiful in that one. But
What the fuck?
isn't that wait?
But this is the problem: is you have films that are doing sequels, whatever, bringing back legacy characters. This is the one franchise nobody, like Radar said, nobody cares about the legacy characters. It's
You can-
irrelevant.
I don't even know who the characters are. I know
Jennifer Love Hewitt,
That's
Freddie
it.
Prinze Jr. Who
Yeah, they're the
cares
only
about?
ones.
I mean, what's the last movie Freddie Prinze did?
Scooby Doo, right?
Yeah.
Well, he was
That's
on Friends.
Come on.
He plays
No,
Sandy
but
on
it was
Friends.
funny. In case you did not know, Freddie Prinze Jr. was a writer for WWE.
Yes, he was.
Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's what he was doing while he was not acting. Yeah.
Well,
What
for me, it's
time?
like you don't care. Unfortunately, this franchise is always going to be overshadowed by the fact that it came right after Scream.
This is the guy with the fish hook, right?
Well, wait,
So,
and
yes.
hold
Yeah.
on. Right, and the
Slicker
whole thing is that
And
Kevin Williamson wrote both of them.
But this is the thing too is
Ooh, she's here for the reboots.
I don't know about you
trashing them.
guys, but
Thank you.
yeah, I did enjoy what I know what you did last summer, but I enjoyed the scary movie version of it more than I did the original.
you're more entertained by it.
Yes,
I know what
Yeah.
you did last summer had a good premise, though. You know,
It did have a
they
good
kill some
premise.
guy. He comes back a year
You
later,
see
and
what-
he
you see what-
remembers.
Right.
That's it.
all of us. It would be like if we hit somebody and say, "Well, we're not going to report this to police.
Nah, you know what I think of
We're
when I
just
see that?
going to put him in the water and keep it a secret between us."
I'd rather
And
see
then that
this.
person
Me
ended
and
up
Rick didn't even put it in the
surviving,
water because me and
coming
Rick
up.
When I think of like the classic hit and run fucking movie, thanks for the ride, lady.
right, lady.
You can't.
Hell
beat that.
yeah, brother.
Hey, what just happened here? What happened? Some guy just got creamed. That's what happened.
I can see that.
You saw Creepshow 2. Stop
I
it.
know. I know.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's the problem. This is a film that doesn't need to be done. That's my take of it.
Yeah.
Because you have legacy characters coming back that nobody cares about.
It's alright, Joe. If you want to see it, it's okay.
Yeah,
but
no,
everyone else doesn't.
Wait,
so you
wait,
gotta live
wait.
with that, bro.
Listen, I don't
You
get
said everyone
butthurt.
else.
I don't get butthurt about these conversations.
You know how many
because-
movies I want to see remade that no one cares for? Like, it is what it is, bro.
Name 5.
The Blob,
Oh,
Ooh, the
Hey,
Blob is
the
good,
Blob
though.
is getting remade,
Ooh.
actually.
CGI.
Yeah, you know
Right.
what? The Blob was already remade, and that 80s version with
I like Kevin
Dillon
Dillon's
is
version.
fucking
I
awesome.
like Kevin Dillon's
So-
version.
Yes.
Better than
No,
the
no.
original.
Yes, oh,
and I
way
like the
better.
original.
No,
Way
see,
better,
what they
way
have to
better.
remake is the stuff.
oh, fuck yeah. But they gotta have the same kind of comedic level. I
Yes.
fucking love the stuff,
Yes,
dude.
This stuff is
I
awesome.
know, but
Yeah,
I
so-
like fluff, so I don't know if I can watch that movie.
You ever seen the stuff?
You ever seen
I
the
have. I have.
Oh,
I
stuff.
have.
I saw the stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Stuff is awesome.
Jared, you saw that one with me, so.
Stuff is awesome, man.
I know
When it
you
comes
saw
to
Oh,
the
that's
stuff,
right. Joe
I know
showed
it's
you.
never
That's right.
I
Joe
know,
showed you,
Jared,
yeah,
like here's the thing. JR seems to forget that
You're
most
the
of
older
the movies
brother.
that
He-
he saw with me. Like my mom would like go lay down and we would stay up late and watch these horror or Nelson. I don't know if you remember Nelson.
Yeah, I remember this.
We
I
would
remember
go
Nelson. I remember that dude. Yeah, yeah.
we would go me and Nelson would go rent these movies and sit there and watch all these so almost all the horror movies that JR saw, I introduced them to.
Not the found footage stuff.
But none of found footage. But I will say, it's a great experience that I sat there and watched with my brother these movies. So growing up, we saw these movies together. But I
Hey, before we
introduced
go to our next thoughts, make sure you get the
Pick it up.
years film horror.
them.
Right, right on the board. Microfiction. Make sure you watch it. Make sure, like the guy said, you get 2. One to carry around and one next to the porcelain throne.
Yeah, hold on. Ricky Grimes. Ain't no guy said that. Ricky Grimes said that. shit.
All right. Well,
Right,
actually,
man.
This
Let's
is
wrap
what
this
we're-
up, man. I gotta roll. I
yeah,
gotta
this is
roll.
where we're done,
I
guys.
gotta go.
So thanks for joining.
Thank you,
Like
Raider,
I
for
said-
hopping in, brother.
Yeah.
You know you're part of the fam now. You're part of the
Oh, yeah.
channel, son.
Baby.
We're the 4 Horsemen of Horror.
Horror.
Four
Which I have an
horsemen.
idea for that, which I'll talk to you guys later about.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
All right, well,
All right, guys.
Joe,
So
take us
thank
on,
you for
brother.
joining us. And until next time,
Thanks for 1K.
thanks for
Thank you,
waiting.
brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't finish out any better way.
I keep hitting the mic.
Somebody hit out.
Peace.
Oh, wait. What's going on? Hold on. And with that being said, I'm Ricky Grimes, Joe the Psychologist, the Hefe JR, and my man Radar, the board motherfucker. We are Horror Fiend TV. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. We really do appreciate it. Come back. We just getting started. So stay safe, watch horror, drink beer, drink juice, drink milk, whatever. But most of all, stay safe and stay scared.
Motherfucking book.
Somebody hit end.